And welcome back to The Zone, everybody. I'm Brant.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jay.
And this is episode 434 of Zone 4, your favorite comic podcast, coming to you live right here on Comic Frontline. You can check us out over on social media at Zone 4 Podcast across social media, Twitter, and really just Twitter and Facebook right now, but maybe eventually we'll add an Instagram. So go check those out, sub to us everywhere, and follow along. And if you're watching this live, jump in the live chat and leave comments, questions, suggestions, whatever. We'll try to answer everything we can throughout the duration of the show. This episode, we're talking New York Comic Con 2018 news. Got a whole bunch of news to talk about. We'll see how fast that goes. But first, before we get into that, we are proud members of the Comics Podcast Network. You can find us on comicspodcasts.com each and every episode. Go check it out. They got a ton of podcasts there. If you're a podcast fan, you'll find everything you could possibly want to listen to in the world of comics and around comics. So check it out. All right. That was a long intro.
It was an intro.
It wasn't what, Chris? I'm sorry.
I was saying it was an intro, and then you went right into the promo for Comics Pod.
It was flowing. I was going to say it wasn't long. It just was uninterrupted.
Oh, that's what it is.
Normally,
that's what uninterrupted feels like.
Normally, it takes like 15 minutes to get to that point where you're like finally got the plug in. So that's what it was.
Chris actually shut up for it. No, I'm kidding.
Oh
no, honestly, we're glad to have Chris back finally after 2 long weeks of not hearing your voice.
They were long. They felt very long.
They did feel very long.
I wouldn't have been able to make.
Now they're going to feel longer.
No. Now they actually are going shorter again.
They're really longer for us. No, I'm kidding. I can't give Chris a hard time.
I could just click the X button. You can go ahead and have your shot.
You won't though, because you love us.
Don't tempt me.
You missed it. You know you did.
He's using what I told him again.
You can only watch Bonnie so many times,
Chris, I always use what you told me in confidence for live videos.
I'm not telling you nothing no more.
Yes, you will.
I probably will.
Oh no, it's good. We got the band back. We were all together.
Yeah.
We got people in the chat already. That's awesome. What's up, Alan, Legend, Tevia?
Oh boy,
Tevia's excited to see you. He says, "Yay, Chris!"
Yeah, he's excited. I know he's excited about stuff that came out of New York Comic Con.
Yeah, he says about Young Justice, and we will be getting to Young Justice, Tevia, but not right yet.
Yeah, we do have a lot to talk about, and you know what? I totally forgot to bring my tablet with all the music intro thingies.
You're gonna have to send it to me so I can use my tablet too. So this way, if you forget, I'll grab it.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous because I'm like, yeah, go ahead.
I just want one comment. Legend Storm says,
okay.
They were talking about Cat in the beginning. I must have jumped into the comments late, but he says Cat gets the cushy job. I would just like to point out. That just because we all work from home, I mean Jay works from all over the world and back again. Cat does a lot of work. It's anything but a cushy job. It's exactly like any other job. She does a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
The only thing is, it's from the comfort. Some of the time.
They're teasing because Cat must have posted a picture on social media about.
Oh, she did. The wedding.
Stormtrooper. Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
So
it was on Instagram.
Yeah, but Cat also went to the wedding. Cat played through the wedding and doing New York Comic Con and getting her comics read and doing 2 reviews for Frontline Reviews today. So Cat done a lot of work. She's been all over today. So
she ain't cushy.
Yeah. And I know that they're probably just joking with her. I know Legend says that. I know she does. Of course, they're just razzing Cat. The thing is though, it's funny because it does seem like on the outside that you don't do much, but when you're having done it myself, when you're at a convention and you're running around getting interviews and that kind of thing, it wears you the heck out.
Especially when you don't know who to interview, especially when you're in Artist Alley and they're like, come back in 15 minutes and you got like 3 people that say the same thing. It's like, great. So how the heck am I going to do this? You literally have to run through interviews to get all of them. Plus questions.
It's a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to put this out. Legend, we know you were joking, but we just want to make sure that other people who read that didn't think that it was, that it wasn't a joke,
Right.
So,
Yeah, we totally get you, Legend. We know you don't mean anything by it. Don't even worry about that, man.
Yeah, definitely.
We know you, Legend. We got you.
very well.
We got you.
Free shirt in the mail.
Appreciate when we get shirts made.
paid for.
Once you pay,
Once you pay for it, you get a free shirt in the mail. That's how it works. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm trying to find the stupid volume.
I'm really trying to stretch this, Brant. I mean, I can only.
I know. I am too. I'm like just. Let's see. This phone, man. I'm telling you. Because I don't want to have to get up and go get my there it is. Yeah.
Cat is the main reason.
What are you playing?
Frontline
SM stuff. What?
No, he says Cat's the main reason I watch comic Frontline shows. First of all, thanks.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's Cat's. She's the one that got Jay to watch Frontline back when Jay was watching. So
Yeah, it was 6 degrees of separation.
I go ahead, Jay.
No, I was saying it's 6 degrees of separation, kind of, because it was actually, if you want to trace it all back, it goes back to CK 1939, I think that's his name. And then from there went to the Gorgeous Geeks, which led to Cat, which led to Mike, which led to back to Cat again. Because Cat was the one who said about Dark Avenger Inc. So, but she also led to Dark Avenger Inc., which then led me to being on Dark Avenger Inc. So, yeah, it was all like through them. It's just from me watching videos online about Smallville, really. So Smallville brought me here.
It's funny. I had no idea who Cat was when I came on the show. I'm the only one, but from the show.
No, Mike actually. No, you're not. Mike introduced Cat as well. No, Mike knew Cat.
Yeah,
but I had checked her out after Mike mentioned her. I didn't know until after Mike.
I'm just saying, when I came on the show, you guys already knew each other, so obviously you all knew Cat. I had no idea who Cat was. I really had no idea who any of you were, except for you, Chris, only through Lisa. So, now I know better. And I understand a lot of people coming from Cat because she has more viewers than all of us. Probably all of us combined, honestly, which is awesome. So that's cool. I'm glad you came, and I'm glad you found
doing it a long time.
Yeah, she has.
And she's been very consistent on her new content. So
yeah, unlike myself.
I don't think I have put a video up on my channel in like 3 years.
I literally don't want to throw anybody else on the bus. I was like, unlike myself.
When
was the last time I did a video on my channel?
I don't think it was 3 years. I think you did one like a year ago, maybe.
Yeah, but Jay, you do a lot of the writing and a lot of the work on the .com. So I mean, there's.
I'm just saying, like, I just want to see when was the last video I did.
Well, I mean, at one point we all left our channels and just poured into Frontline, except for Kat. She had too much of a following. It was understandable her not doing that. Of course.
And Mike got a huge following back when he went back. So I mean,
yeah, we're all a family here, though.
I think my last one was the Captain America Civil War 2 trailer.
So, wow. Okay.
2 years ago.
That was longer than I thought. Okay.
Yeah. And the one before that was Adventures of Supergirl Chapter 4. So, like, there was it was 2 years ago that I haven't done one. I just don't, like, I just rather put the content on Frontline's channel, so that's why I do, like, all my Star Trek stuff and everything, Power Rangers, on Frontline. Tell you, I still do videos. I just do them live now.
Live is so much better.
For me,
it's easier for me.
Yeah, it's easier for me too. The only reason I do stuff on my own channel is because I do stuff that's not comic stuff. I do like the vlogging stuff and music stuff, and I don't want to like bore you guys on Frontline with all that kind of stuff because it's a comic channel. So that's the main reason.
All my stuff that I do is comic / geek related. Like Power Rangers, Star Trek. That's all like related to the field that we work in. So that's why I just decided to do them there and keep them there. So I just do my regular stuff.
I like to divide my work up between the two channels. I have the game reviews up on Frontline. I do my main shows that are like brand name shows on my channel. Everything else I put into Frontline.
the thing about yours and Mike's and Kat's channels, Chris, is because you all built them up before we had Frontline, before we even had
I
Dark
literally
Avenger Inc. So
did my channel to join Dark Avenger Inc.
yeah.
Like literally, because Chris was like, just do a channel up and put up a video, and then join it. We just want we just want you to do an intro video on your own. And now I was like, all right, let me just do it. I was like doing 3 on one and 3 on the other or something like that each week, and then I was just like, eventually, like my channel just got farther away. I think my biggest video over there was I forget what my biggest video was. I think it might have been my entry to win the the Flash thing, the Kotobukiya from
SM Down S, if we ever wanted to end our individual channels, I'll say I came close, but what I did was I ended all the comic stuff and I made my channel a vlogging channel. I don't think I'd ever end it. I'd always find some type of small content, even if it was just Dark Avenger Live. I would always have something on my channel. I don't think I'll ever end my channel.
You never know when you might need it. So I mean, I might need it for, like, say if I wanted to do something about something that's totally unrelated to anything on Comic Frontline. I can always go do it there.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's why I kept mine. I mean, I kind of ended Zone 4s, but just because we moved Zone 4 over to Frontline, it's still there. I didn't like close it down or delete it or anything, and I wouldn't delete mine either. I created my channel like years ago before I even met any of these guys to do singing videos. It was like to enter competitions and crowds and stuff like that. And it never went anywhere. I put a few videos up and then it kind of died down. So I just came back to it like a year and a half ago, and relaunched it and rebranded it with a whole Monday Musings and all that stuff. So I probably wouldn't end it because I like doing that stuff. So yeah. And Mike ended his channel but went back to it. And I don't think Kat would
think it was the VidMe. If you remember that other site where he tried to make a channel and then that site closed down. He's like, you know what? I'm going to make my own channel. That kind of inspired him to go back to doing his own individual stuff too, which is
he
great.
was having fun doing his own stuff, which is fine.
I don't know. I've worked my butt off the past year on my channel, building it back up, but I definitely, without saying too much, I think 2019 is going to still be a high energy year, but it's definitely going to have a wind of change to it for sure. That's for sure.
Okay, I think my highest one is this one. It's DC Universe versus He-Man and the Masters of the Universe review. 7.5 thousand viewers.
Oh wow!
Views.
My highest one, I don't know how many views it has, and I don't have it open right now because I'm logged in as Frontline, but I believe my highest one is either me singing What a Wonderful World or At Last. I don't remember which one, but one of them got a lot of views, but nowhere near that, I don't think.
My next highest one was the Flash Takedown Round 2, Flash versus Superboy.
I may be wrong. When I did that review of the button, pretty sure that video got a lot of hits too.
Oh yeah, I remember that one got a lot of hits for you.
Yeah,
the Flash Takedown one with Superboy got 3.5 thousand. So those are my two highest ones. Nothing else gets up to that high. But weird that those two were. And then also I got like over 1,000 for the Teen Wolf trailer from New York Comic Con a couple of years ago. So
yeah. Legend Storm said, I'm going to start doing my videos live because I don't want to edit my videos. That's why Chris does.
That's why I do it.
Well, no,
I
never had to edit. Ever since I got my webcam, I never had to edit. I just like live shows for the interaction.
When I do a video, I like to edit and make it like polished and everything, and it takes a lot of time. So I understand that.
I like to do that. I like to do that.
I like to do.
Yeah, like if I'm doing a review of a comic, I still like to do that because I don't like holding up a physical comic book because I think like there's so much glare on it, you can't really see it and all that stuff.
That's why we moved to the tablet. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like to have
just
I would do like the slideshow, or I'll do at least the split screen panel, something like that.
Like I do on the rankings. Yeah.
I would like to do that, but I mainly now I do the written reviews. Heavy said about doing Super Sons. Heavy, I just reviewed Super Sons today, so you can go check out Frontline Reviews. I just did
it's just written
the latest issue. So
if I had the extra time, honestly, to edit, I would. As Tommy's getting older, more and more of my daytime time is disappearing. So I only have the nights now, so it's harder for me to do the editing I'd love to do.
By the way, I want to. If anybody hears like a lot of noise on my background, it's because Solo is being watched in the other room. So just so you know. SM Down asked us a question. That's an interesting question. If you guys ever get to 100,000, who gets to keep 100,000 subscribers? Who gets to keep the YouTube silver button you get? I think it stays at. Okay. I was gonna say I think it gets to stay at everybody's house for 6 months or a year.
I was really joking. That was purely a
channel. I think if it's a group channel, YouTube does ask if they could if there's multiple addresses, so we might all get it technically.
Well, no, I think they'll just send it to the main address.
Which
we'll have
Mike,
be responsible to share.
No, I created the channel. I think my address is the main.
Oh,
address.
is it? Okay. I didn't remember. I
know
think
it might be Mike. I think they'll probably do Mike's just because Mike technically does all the other side. So like, even though you started the channel, I think Mike may be considered like that just because of he does all the other stuff.
I don't know. Either way,
either way, they'll just ask for one address. They'll just we'll just say, all right, send it to whoever.
We got a long way to go before we got to worry about that.
Oh yeah, and even then, we'll find eventually we'll get common ground somewhere where we'll have an office. Probably we hit 100,000 subscribers. I think it's time to consider an office somewhere.
That's what I was saying. Maybe we'll have that Frontline Florida compound.
Or we can just put it right in the LEP offices right behind Brant, and this way every time there's a show
that works.
There you go.
That actually works best because that's the office.
There you go.
He's the only one that has an office right now.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm not in it right now, but yeah, I'll be good with that.
As long as they fix the air conditioning, because they're not going to ruin our button.
I don't think it would ruin that. It just ruins paper stuff.
Oh, okay then.
Sad days. Anyway,
that's 3, Tevia. Don't acknowledge the last thing that was said. I want to see how many times he'll say it. That's 3.
Just know that we're going to be talking about all that stuff here in a minute. We're getting up.
But that's 3. I'm dying.
I know.
He said it 3 times.
You gotta stop asking over and over again, Tevia. We'll get to it. We're not ignoring you. Trust me. Anyway,
we can.
Chris. And anyway, so with that, it's topic time. It's topic time.
It's topic time.
No topic time. It won't play. Stop it. Why does this always mess with me? I'm totally sending them to you so you can play them from now on.
Okay.
It's just. It's annoying me. That's not loud enough. Solo is drowning it out. Let's try it one more time.
Topic time. It's topic time.
It worked.
Okay. Jeez. Wow. I got to get a better system. That's what I got to do. He asked again just out of spite, I think.
No, that was SM Down.
Oh, that's SM Down. Okay. I missed it. I just used to seeing Tevia.
He's being smarty.
So we're gonna save that topic for last. I don't know. We've got it listed. It's somewhere in there. We'll get to it
eventually.
Oh, I guess I should post these social media posts that I pulled up and didn't actually post. That's brilliant. Anyway, we are talking New York Comic Con news and all this cool stuff. Where do you guys want to start? Because I got it categorized. I got it in order, but we don't have to go in order.
I was under the impression we were going in order.
We can go in order. That's fine. What?
Well, then it would be like, just blah, 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 blah. I say we go like one of each, take them out that way. So
that works. All right. So what, Chris?
No. I'm saying I'm bringing my agenda back up. Good.
Okay. So Harley Quinn teaser trailer was released, and I gotta say, first, no, Kaylee, they just didn't know who the team was, who the voice actors were, right?
Yeah, they did announce them. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I had no idea Kaylee Cuoco was going to be voicing Harley, and when I watched that, it was like, oh man, this is awesome. They referenced Deadpool in it. It was such a short little
that
thing.
Made me laugh.
Yeah, it was such a short little thing, but you totally got the tone and the vibe they're going for, and you got the breaking the fourth wall, and it got me so excited for it.
They made fun of themselves.
What?
They made fun of themselves too with the DC universe thing. They were like, that's dark and gritty. That's very DC.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the perfect way to do TV and movies.
Yeah, that was hilarious. SM Down asks if it's an animated movie or a live action movie.
It's an animated series.
Yeah, it's a series. It's an animated series on the DC Universe streaming app.
Yeah, we're talking about the Harley Quinn animated series for DC Universe.
Yeah, not the movie.
Yeah.
But no, I thought it looked fantastic. It bums me out. We gotta wait. I think it's December of next year is when it's supposed to come out.
That's what I was telling Jay before you came on. That I love the advertisement, and then it's like, oh yeah, you'll be seeing this next year.
In over a year. Yeah, but that's
yeah. Okay. I explained it. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say we got a lot of content coming out from the streaming service. So.
Oh yeah, so we got a lot of stuff. It's basically the icing for their whole year's worth of new content and new series that we're getting.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that whole slate now too, since we're on that subject?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about that. You got it pulled up, Jay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So October 12th is the launch of Titan Season 1. And then late December is when we're going to get the first half of Young Justice Outsiders. And that's going to run until we get Doom Patrol in mid-February. And then from there, we're going to get Swamp Thing in late May.
Woo!
And Young Justice, the second half, is going to come out on June 2019. And then we're going to have Stargirl pick up when that's over in late August. And then we have Harley Quinn's going to round out the year for mid-October. That's what we have right now.
By then we'll have some ideas of new things coming out, and probably Titan season. Well, we'll get to that, but we'll probably
that's going to be we're going to talk about that later. But so that's the schedule for now. And what I told Chris this before the show, before you came on, what they're doing is they want to make it so each and every week you have something new to come back to DC Universe.
Yeah.
They don't want you to get bored. Yeah, they don't want you to go, oh, I got 3 months to the next time a new show comes on. Let me just cancel it and I'll come back in 3 months and renew my subscription. They don't want that. They want you to keep that subscription. So that's what they're doing. That's kind of what CBS is wants to start doing with Star Trek too. So it's a smart model if you think about it, because this way you get something new, and eventually they can get enough shows and enough stuff on there where they want it would be constantly, and maybe 2-3 shows a week. Because Netflix does at least one new series a week.
Right.
So
it makes sense. It's a very smart tactic to take, because like you said, you get people staying subscribed because they're getting new content all the time.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that, even if we have to wait almost a year for Harley. So oh well.
Yeah, just about
for Harley. I'm more excited for Titans, Young Justice, and Swamp Thing.
I'm excited for Young Justice for sure. We'll be talking about that. I'm very excited for that.
Multiple Young Justices.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely get to that. Let's jump to the Jokers. We finally got designs of the 3 Jokers, which kind of points to the era each of these 3 Jokers are from, which is interesting.
Which again goes back to my theory that it's not like there are 3 Jokers currently in the DC universe,
right? But
that it's like the 3 Jokers from the 3 different big eras of the DC universe. Because like you had the pre-crisis, the post-crisis, and then the
Killing Joke.
The current. Well, the Killing Joke is post-crisis.
Okay, that's the one that's post.
That'd be the post-crisis, yeah. Then you got the 60s, which is the Silver Age, which is the original universe, before Crisis on Infinite Earths. And then you got the modern day one. So it's kind of like they're just doing what I said. Like, I think they're just going where Batman's going to figure out that, there's been multiple Jokers because there's been multiple timelines. And right now, DC Universe, no one is aware of the multiple timelines that they've been in. Right. They don't know that there was a crisis that ended, and there was a whole reboot of continuity. The only one that they know about was Flashpoint. That's the only thing that and they're just starting to really figure out what happened with the New 52. They're just starting to figure out the times missing. So.
Right. Yeah. It's going to be interesting what they do with the story. Like if if they bring them all together to like form this like Joker cabal, or if he's,
would they work with each other?
Yeah, that's a good point. Would they? Or would they end up killing each other? Who knows?
I wonder if it'll be the Batman that laughs that brings them together, because obviously he's going to be free in the universe.
That would be interesting.
Right? See, that's something interesting.
Yeah,
but then it would be the 4 Jokers, wouldn't it? Technically?
No, what if he brought them together, but then he only led them, like they did their own.
Well,
he did his
he's
own
technically
thing.
a Batman, so
so he's not a Joker.
Yeah, there's so many different ways they could go with it. If it's a good story, I don't care.
Exactly.
We'll have to see how they play it out, but I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, where are we gonna go next? You want to do a Marvel?
Let's do a Marvel.
Let's talk a Marvel.
Yeah.
There is a Skrulls comic coming next year.
Are you really surprised?
I was going to say, is anybody shocked by that?
I'm not shocked at all.
If you are, you haven't been paying attention. That.
Marvel does that. Like whenever they get something like is in their movie universe, we have to get flooded and bombarded with it in the regular universe. In the comics.
Yeah.
So when Fantastic Four and X-Men come to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, expect to see a whole flood of those things.
The question is though, what kind of direction are they going to go? Are they going to go like they did in Secret Invasion, do the Skull Kill crew? Are they going to focus on like Skrulls on Earth? Are they going to focus on Skrulls in space? What are they going to do with this?
A boy band.
A boy band. The Singing Skrulls. That's the new title. The Singing Skrulls. They're gonna be the opening act for Dazzler. Cats will be so happy.
Cat's gonna love it. Dazzler's gonna have a book again.
Or it'll be revealed that Dazzler this whole time was a Skrull.
Oh no!
There we go.
She was sent here to bring pop music to people to enslave them. That's what it was.
Perfect. That's perfect. That's just what I want. That's awesome.
Brant and Jay are writing the book, everyone.
Hire us. We will write that book.
Yes.
Why not?
Poor Cat.
I'm not sure an episode of this show goes by anymore that Chris doesn't try to hire us to somebody.
Hey, you ever get hired by DC or Marvel, I want credit at least somewhere written in the book.
Thank you, Mr. Food in the Mouth. Oh, man. What?
I did warn you I was going to be doing a few things.
None of them involve talking with your mouth full, but that's okay. Here's an interesting, because it kind of ties into that. There was a Dark Avengers movie script commissioned, and for anybody that knows Dark Avengers in the comics, that was in the aftermath of Secret Invasion, where Norman Osborn became Iron Patriot, took over and created his own version of the Avengers. And we already know that Skrulls are showing up in the MCU, and there's been rumors about things like that, playing out in that universe. So if they do a Dark Avengers movie, they're continuing right along that timeline. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit different. I don't know if they're going to go Norman Osborn or they're going to use somebody else. I think it would be interesting to see who they would use in place of them.
I think if it is Norman Osborn, it'll be in the next Spider-Man movie somehow.
Yeah. Well,
here.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, as far as we know, they're still planning on doing a Sinister Six movie or whatever. So,
of course.
I just had a little question because it's not on our agenda, but I want to. It's kind of related to the two topics we're talking about. Now, one thing that they could do, and this is, I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but Chris Evans did kind of this thing where he sort of said goodbye to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yep.
So could
8
they?
Years. Yeah.
Could they be like doing the Skrull invasion, like Secret Wars? Could that be something that's leading up to it with the death of Captain America, or do you think like his Captain America? How I want to say this? Let me say. Do you think his Captain America the death in Avengers 3 sticks like he's dead? Like, do you think he'll die in there? Like,
Well,
he'll actually die in 4.
I think he's gonna die in 4.
I think he has to, especially if he is done. I mean, and the way he said it on social media was pretty clear. You know, it's like it's been an honor playing the character for the past 8 years, and I just wrapped it up and yada yada. And there's been talk like for years of him leaving and them going a different direction with Captain America or whatever. So yeah, I think it's highly possible, and I think that would be a great opportunity to kind of focus on the next phase, the next generation, whatever you want to call it. So
Bucky Cap.
I honestly don't know if they're going to go that route. If they're going to go Bucky Cap, if they're going to go Falcon Cap, if they're going to go completely different direction.
They gotta have Bucky first. I'm not against Falcon being Cap, but Bucky should go first.
I think that's the logical choice,
especially. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, especially since like people tease about how much how can I put this? How much in love Cap is with Bucky in the cinematic universe?
How close they are.
Yeah, because like people are like, why don't they just like go off and get married or something? Because like Cap is so obsessed with Bucky. Like, you know, like people were really doing that much. Like they were like, oh my god, he's totally obsessed with Bucky. But
best friend.
I know. I don't see what they saw in it. I just saw a guy who was like the only person that is like connected to his real life, you know, like his past and all that. He's the only person that is familiar to him. He's like a brother, and you know, again, the only tether to his original life. So that's how I saw it. But people were like, you know, he's so in love with Bucky and everything. Why doesn't he like? They're playing that way too much, that relationship. I was like, I don't even see that. But that's why I said what people saw. Like, so I can't see like any other person, like Bucky, letting any other person step up for him.
Yeah, it makes the most sense. Just even not just from the comic standpoint, but the way that they've built up that story thread in the cinematic universe. Yeah. It's the one that makes most sense. Falcon,
because he hardly interacted with Falcon.
Yeah, they did a little bit of that Falcon and Cap stuff with them, like running and you know the racing and all that stuff, but they didn't really delve into that relationship like you got in the comics, where Cap and Falcon in the comics are really close. They're really tight, and that's, you know, who he would trust with his mantle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Down Rock.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say we don't see it. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say Down Rock Records says they haven't really primed Falcon for that. Right. And I agree with that. They've been priming Bucky for that since the very beginning. So I can see where he would come in as.
Yeah.
Especially given his story arc where, you know, he is wanted. This would be like a redemption thing for him, you know. So I can definitely see that playing out. And then bringing back Chris Evans in a couple of years when they do the whole Skrull invasion, you know.
Yeah.
I see this as a big ruse, and Chris Evans is going to step away for a while. I think that's what Jay just said, because I was in the other room.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pretty much.
And then he's going to come back, right? That's what you said. He was going to come back.
Yeah, I said they'll bring him back in a couple of years when they do the Skrull invasion.
Right, exactly. That's what I think as well. I think he's just playing the fan.
Sorry.
Damn, Michael's calling. Was he calling?
I don't know. Why is he calling?
I don't know. I heard a rock and roll ringtone.
No, that was. I think that was.
Yeah, we'll go with that. That was Michael.
Michael's calling to say, ah! Okay, so why not? Because that's what he does. I agree with you, Jay. I think it's just like this whole play off of, let's pretend like I'm gone forever. So when the movie comes out or when it's revealed that, you know, Steve Rogers is coming back, it's like, oh my God, it's Chris Evans.
Yeah, and they could, or you know, it could be fake Chris Evans, like I think you're alluding to, Jay. He could be a Skrull.
Yeah, like we'll find out that Captain America was a Skrull. You know, just like the comics did.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
We'll find out all that stuff, and he's, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
you know, we'll find out all the truth.
I hope we find out Hawkeye is a Skrull and we get a real good Hawkeye. That's what I want to.
Oh yeah, his whole family were Skrulls. Like that whole thing was just Skrulls. So
the real Hawkeye is with Mockingbird somewhere in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. land. I don't know. Oh man.
Make Starfire a Skrull. I mean, I know it's different universes.
Well, we do know that. We do know that. What's her name? Mockingbird is in space, so she might be a Skrull. You know,
Oh,
she
yeah.
is in space.
That is
So,
true. That is true. Well, you know what? Let's move on from that. We'll come back to the Marvel stuff later. Let's see. This will make Jay very happy. 4-way Star Trek crossover coming in 2019.
I want to say the biggest part of this is that the Tipton brothers are doing it. Because the Tipton brothers know how to freaking write Star Trek.
Cool.
I didn't get a chance to read the article. Could you explain the 4-way, though? I know one of them is original.
It's all tied to Q.
Yeah, it's original, Next Generation, DS9, and Voyager.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can't wait.
So and the Tiptons again really know how to write Star Trek. If you're reading what's coming out right now with like the Mirror Universe stuff, that's them. They're writing that. That's true Star Trek writing right there. So they understand their stuff. Like they know their Star Trek. So I have all the faith in them. My only thing was I really would have liked if Enterprise would have been in this, but.
But
No,
I
understand.
cross over too many Picards. Not Picards. Kirks. You can't have too many Kirks.
Well, no, Enterprise wouldn't have been Kirk.
Oh, you're
Enterprise
talking about Enterprise, the new one with the other crew.
No, I'm talking about Enterprise, Scott Bakula show. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that one. Okay.
Jonathan Archer. That was the show that came. That was set. That's the first. Chronologically, that would be the very first Star Trek because it was about the first Enterprise ship ever. So it goes back to that. Well, the first Enterprise Federation ship because there was sea ships and stuff like that named Enterprise, and our own space shuttle. But this is the first time we had it was the first time we had a crew in space as the Federation. So I really like that crew. I really like the show. So I would hope for that, but I'm okay with these 4 because these are the solid 4 shows. Like these are the main. Like when people think about the main Star Trek shows, they think of these 4. Because this is the one that all had in some way had a touch of Gene Roddenberry. Because Roddenberry was around for the Next Generation, and I think some of DS9, and then his wife, was a big part of the other 2 as well, DS9 and Voyager. So. But yeah, he had it like everything bounced off of Star Trek Next Generation for the other 3. For the other 2. So Gene Roddenberry had a hand in all 4 of them. If you really want to say it, because he brought TNG back, and then DS9 was brought out of it hitched its ride onto the coattails of the end of TNG for the last 2 seasons, and then Voyager did the same exact thing for DS9. They hitched their ride on the coattails of DS9. So I'm really excited about it. Really love that Tipton's doing it. And I think there's no better way to do it than to use Q. Because Q can go through anything. He can go through all periods of time. He can do so much potential with Q.
He was on Voyager, right? He was the one that kind of...
He was on everything but the original series. And Enterprise. He wasn't on there either.
Well, of course. Of course he wasn't on Enterprise with the original. He was too young to be on the original, and Enterprise, well... Actually, I'm surprised he wasn't on Enterprise.
I just think they just don't want to mess with the timeline too much because they already have fans pissed off about what they did change in it a little bit. So, but yeah, Q is the perfect character to do that with. And I'm just so excited about this. I can't wait to see what they do with that. Like,
Q is like the Star Trek version of Mxyzptlk.
Yeah.
I love it for that reason. I remember the episodes with him. I love those episodes.
Yeah, he's an omniscient being who just likes to screw with humans. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm glad you got it. What?
Q at least, right?
Yeah, I watched Next Generation.
Okay.
Quite a bit of it, actually. So
he's just not on my level. Like, you're not even on my level. Like, there's my
I'm
level.
not on your level either. I never watched Deep Space.
There's Trekkie level. Then there's my level. Then there's Chris, and then there's Brian. And then there's Kat, who doesn't like it at all. So like those are the levels.
Yeah, I watched I watched a good amount of the original too, and the cartoon, and then Next Generation. And a couple of the movies, and the new stuff, the new movies, and I tried Discovery, and I didn't like it. So
I watched a handful of the original movies. I watched the entire original series. I watched most of Next Generation because apparently I missed a few episodes here and there. Deep Space Nine, I've seen only like a handful of episodes, but I know the cast of Deep Space Nine, and I've not watched any of the newer stuff.
Yeah,
you didn't watch any of Voyager?
Oh, and I'm sorry, thank you. And I watched all of Voyager, the whole series.
Okay. I was gonna say Voyager is like my favorite.
My mother
I didn't
loved
watch Voyager.
So when my mother would turn it on, I'd end up sitting with her and watching it. Yes, I watched it.
Voyager is probably the best series out there. I know that's an unpopular opinion for a lot of Trek fans, but I think it was the most true to Roddenberry's dream.
My mom actually fell off the last 2 seasons. She didn't enjoy it as much. Obviously, we finished the series because we knew it was coming to an end soon, but she really didn't like the ending. She loved the beginning and the middle, but the ending seasons she wasn't as much of a fan of for some reason.
The only reason I watched so much of Next Generation is because I'm a night owl, and it was on syndication late at night, so it was it was the only thing on.
Come on at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning every night. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just have it on while I'm like drawing or whatever I'm doing.
I watched that every night too. Like when I was younger, I would watch it the syndicated reruns of it. So yeah.
Right.
And then it was Netflix.
All right, so Boom Studios, as we know now, has the Buffy the Vampire Slayer franchise, and we got word that Joss Whedon is going to be involved, and the writer is going to be Jordi Belair. The artist is Dan Mora, which I'm very excited about, and I'll say why in a minute. And it's what they're giving it a similar treatment that they did Power Rangers, which is they're reimagining it for 2018. Basically,
that's one of the things I said that they would probably do, and I said it was probably because of the success of, Power Ranger that they're going to do that. Now, are we going to touch on the other thing too, Brant?
Yeah, we'll just cover all three
together. It should go hand in hand.
Because I hope that that's not the case. Like, I hope
that's what I'm worried about. Yeah,
I hope they're not doing that that replacement Buffy, because they were talking about that with the TV series.
Yeah.
The new series they wanted a black actress for the role. Like, I want Buffy to be Buffy. Like, if you're gonna reimagine it, do like you did Power Rangers. Like, I didn't see anybody recasting Power Rangers comic book.
Yeah. Well, let's explain the reason we're talking about this at all first. And it's because one of the variant covers for it showed an African American girl sitting on a hood of a car holding a stake. But there were 3 covers, I think, and the other 2 showed the Sarah Michelle Gellar kind of image of her. So the debate is this the new Buffy, or is this another Slayer, or what are they doing with this? And so that's what Jay's referring to. But go ahead.
The Down Rock says, so Buffy is kind of a reboot. It's I'm not sure you're familiar with the Power Ranger comic book. What they did was they took Power Rangers, put it in the modern era, so it can have more mature stories and stuff like that. So it's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but it was done in the year 2018 instead of the year 1993, and it's not restrained by the Fox Kids Network standard. So
another good comparison, Jade, not to cut you off. Think about it this way. When Star Wars went back to Marvel, anything that Dark Horse did was no longer canon for the releasing Star Wars now. Buffy the Vampire Slayer recently ended with Dark Horse. That's it. Boom Studios is doing a completely different... It's not a continuation of what Dark Horse has been doing.
Yeah, they're going back to the very beginning of, a teenager in high school, so...
So it's kind of a reboot, but just more of a retelling for the modern age.
JLS is here. Welcome, JLS.
Hey, what's up, Jesse?
Jesse!
So yeah, it's I like the idea. I hope they stick with the Sarah Michelle Gellar-esque Buffy. Maybe that's the other Slayer that came after season. Like, this could be season 2. What was her name?
Kendra.
Kendra.
They might.
Kendra.
They could be going right after the TV series too. They're just not following anything that happened.
Well, no, they said they're following. Brent, didn't you say they said they're going to follow the Power Rangers thing with making a modern retelling of it, right?
Yeah, which means they could change things up here and there. Yeah. But yeah, As far as I understand it, it's a very similar treatment that they're doing with Power Rangers.
Yeah, and that could be like, who knows? Because like Power Rangers did not start in like Go-Go Power Rangers started the day after Day of the Dumpster, but the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the first book we got, started off where a lot of people consider was a more popular season, a more popular era of the season, because Power Rangers season 1 went on for like 60 plus episodes. So it could have been that what they're doing is picking up after Buffy dies in the first episode.
Yeah.
I mean, the first season. She dies at the end. Spoiler alert for anybody who did not watch it 20 years ago. And they might be going with it and bringing in Kendra too, because that would be a cool thing. Like, I like Kendra, and I always thought that Kendra was underutilized. They killed her off way too fast.
Yeah.
Just to get us to Faith.
Right.
And I like Faith, but I like Kendra.
Yeah.
I'll be reading this casually for sure. I'm probably not going to review it. I was actually going to drop Buffy from reviews until I found out it was
ending.
So I figured I'd finish off at least Dark Horse's run. But I love, Boom Studios has never done anything, gone wrong anywhere. So I have confidence in Boom Studios. I just hope that, like Jay, they're not going to go with a complete reboot, and they're actually going to just go with, using the models from the original.
My thing is, on a couple of levels, I'm actually excited about this. One is because I didn't read the Dark Horse stuff because I never finished the actual series. And I didn't want to jump in because it's a continuation of the TV series. Yeah. So I didn't want to get so lost. I mean, I think I read, again, just like Saga we were talking about the other night, I've read an issue or two when I was doing that review show with Chuck and Eric. But aside from that, I didn't really get into it, obviously. So this is kind of a fresh start for me. I could jump onto it. And also, I like Belair's writing, but I really love Dan Mora's art. Dan Mora is the artist that does the Klaus. Is it Klaus, the cover?
Yeah.
Or does he might do the interior, Claws.
He also done Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. He did Shattered Grid. So
okay. Yeah, so he's just a fantastic artist, and I really like his art. So I was excited to see his name involved. So
yeah, I'm excited for him too, because he does really nice art. Again, I know him more from the Power Rangers, but yes, he is a part of the Klaus thing too, and he's done a lot of covers now for a lot of companies. Especially after I think Power Rangers, his profile has went up.
Oh yeah,
I see him I think he's done covers for the Big Two too. Also, I seen a couple of those covers. But yeah, I'm excited for him on here. I'm excited for the fresh take on it, because again, I said that when we were talking about it coming there. I said I can see them going back and redoing the whole series, like Power Rangers did, make it more modern, because it is kind of 90-ish, it does play off a lot of the things with 90s. So
totally. Yeah.
I can see them bringing it back and modernizing it. And I mean, let's face it, everybody wants Buffy back in high school. They don't want the 50,000 Slayers. No one wants all that we got with the comics on Dark Horse. That's why they didn't sell as well, as people wanted them to. But not that they didn't sell well, they did. I mean, they did very well for Dark Horse, or they would have canceled it for sure.
Yeah.
But
that was the whole appeal, though. It was this coming of age, teenage angst kind of drama show at the beginning. So.
I really do feel like it kind of went off the rails, and especially with the last two seasons, it kind of fell. Especially season 12, it really just fell off of. I mean, even for me, I was losing interest with season 12.
Just to touch on a couple of the other things from the Boom side of things. I mean, they touched on. They didn't go into a lot of detail about that, but Firefly obviously is coming. And I'm really excited about that. I'm a super fan of that.
Is it going to be like Buffy, like a retelling?
That's what I was just going to ask Brant. What would you want?
What I want? I would, yeah. I mean, obviously, it's on a different planet and it's in space, so you don't really have to modernize it so much, because it was kind of like the Wild West. Mm-hmm. It was more of that kind of thing. So you don't really have to modernize it. I don't know if I'd want them to go back to the beginning and do a retelling, or if I would just like to see some more new stories in that universe. I'm not sure. I think either one.
As a person who never watched Firefly, I'd want some. If they were going to continue forward, I would definitely at least want to recap.
I'd say because they're at a new publisher that they probably will do that. They'll probably go back to the beginning and then branch off from there.
I think we're going to get the first one we're getting. I think they already announced a little bit about it. I remember doing an article on it for Frontline. I think they're doing about what came, like how the war started and all that. So like, we're going to get the very origin. We never got in the show.
No, we never got that.
And,
everybody keeps telling me how great Firefly is. I'd love to.
It is.
It goes back.
So
I know it is. I just it's a long. I think how many seasons was Firefly? It was long.
One.
Yeah, it was just one season.
I thought how many episodes were in the season?
13, I think.
Yeah, it was just a short season.
That was it. One season.
There was a one season or one half season in a movie. That's it.
Yeah. Let me go check
the way people talk about it.
No, because the reason people talk about it so much is because it had such a cult following, and Fox didn't give it a chance, and they cut it.
Oh, like, you said the magic word.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody has been trying to get it to come back for all these years, and you know.
Yeah, it's like even the Big Bang Theory did it like a little spoof on it.
Yeah.
I think it was 15 episodes, Brant. So it had 15 episodes.
Okay, yeah. I knew it was somewhere around there. It wasn't a full season.
15 years ago, too. So it's coming back 15 years after the 15th episode.
Yeah. So I guess that's, yeah. Well, I hope the book kind of explains that first season and movie at least. So this way I'll be caught up and move forward with the book.
My thing is, if they get Mal's voice right in the comic, I'm a happy man. I don't care what stories they tell because you got to get Nathan Fillion, his I don't know.
Mannerisms.
Yeah, his mannerisms, his humor.
Oh, yeah, he was on Destiny, Nathan Fillion. He was the voice of Kate Six, who they just killed off because he's the
main guy in Firefly. So it's you know.
I think it's actually a lot of the actors from Firefly voice acted in Destiny. Ikora was a woman that was on Firefly. It's really weird how the Firefly cast moved over to Destiny.
That was probably by design. I know they've done other voice work too. I think Nathan Fillion did a Green Lantern thing.
He's Green Lantern in the animated universe.
Yeah,
I thought so.
Yeah,
he's very talented. I love Nathan Fillion's voice. It works for so many characters he's done.
Yeah, and Alan Tudyk's stayed in that whole lane too.
And you know what's creepy? Nathan Fillion looks like Nathan Drake from Uncharted. He did a short, at San Diego, and holy crap, it was like live action person he's alive. I'm
pretty sure they modeled him after.
Oh yeah,
playing that game. Just the personality even seems kind of like him. I totally think they modeled him.
It's like Disney. They'll model their characters somewhat after their voice actors. You know, like. They'll come up with the initial designs. Then once it's casted, they'll have the designers really work it. Because you watch some of the things, like if you watch Aladdin, it really does look like Steve from a lot of the movements look like Steve from Full House. Yeah. Down Rock says also Marina Baccarin. So she was on there and she done voice actor and she's also on. Gotham now, so
yeah, I really like her. I loved her in V.
I was just gonna say V was really good.
If the comic does really well, I don't know if Fox owns the title anymore, but maybe another company will take up the Firefly.
Joss Whedon still owns the rights to it, so
maybe
somewhere. I don't know who owns the rights to the back episodes. Like Fox might own them outright, or they might be Joss Whedon.
So you started over again. At this point, it's been, like you said, 15 years. You just move forward.
Yeah. Oh, no, sweet. Yeah. Gina Torres and Summer Glau are fantastic as well. I agree.
Yeah.
Gina Torres was on Suits, and Summer Glau, Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. I loved her in that.
Oh, I know her. Okay.
Yeah, and again, Brant got me to watch this. I forget what it was, but Brant was like, "You need to watch this" or something like that.
Yeah.
I think he read it. It was like when the comic book was first coming out, the Firefly Serenity comic book.
Yeah. The Leaves on the Wind one, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I went and I watched the whole series, and then I watched the movie, and I told Brant, thanks for the suggestion, because I think I watched it all in 1 week. Like I watched everything in 1 week, which Brent was like, "Oh, you're done already."
I was the same way because I don't remember who it was. It might have been Chuck Moore from Comic Related at the time that was telling me it was so good, or maybe John Wilson. It was probably John Wilson because I know he's a big fan. Who's anybody listens to Zone 4 knows John well. I'm pretty sure one of them told me how good it was, and I just finally I was looking for something to watch on Netflix, and I sat there and I did the same thing. I binged through the whole thing and was like, man, what was I missing?
Maybe I'll do the same thing.
Yeah. So the only other thing from Boom that, obviously they were talking about their banner year and all the cool stuff they got. Heavy vinyls coming out in February. They got an Undertaker one shot for the WWE fans coming out. So lots of cool stuff from Boom. They're continuing it on, and I know their market share has increased. Jay, you'll be happy to know that. And,
I keep saying that this is their year.
Totally.
Boom was really hit. 2018 was Boom's year.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody who's wondering who I'm nominating for Comic of the Year, Comic Company Publisher of the Year for this year's Frontline Awards, Boom's on the top of my list.
I think Boom deserves it this year. The way they've really just shattered Grid. They've got Buffy now. They've got the WWE comic. This company did it right.
No, they're the only ones that have ever done a wrestling comic right.
Right, and even Vince tried a wrestling comic and it failed.
Yeah, it just, as far as depicting the super, because it was always cheesy and always goofy and always going into that side of it, and this one it gets it right. I don't know. It's really good.
I agree. I don't think really. Obviously DC and Marvel don't count. We're talking a lot Boom this year. Boom definitely would be on my list. I would definitely be voting.
I know a lot of my number ones have been Boom books. Power Rangers, Fence, Mech Cadet U, Heavy Vinyl. A lot of those books have been on our top list, and especially mine. I know I've been really into Boom, and I'm willing to give Boom more of a benefit of the doubt than a lot of other companies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just because of their track record this year, you know. So they come out with books. I try every single one of their books now.
Totally. And another company that's done really well this past year by kind of not course correcting, but kind of veering off in a specific direction or specific lane is Archie Comics with their horror line, which is
go big. Archie Comics is gonna go horror.
Yeah. Oh, they already have.
I don't think they'll ever.
They're gonna go further horror.
Yeah, and I don't think they'll completely ever. Yeah, but they'll keep that arm of it because it's doing really well, and that's that's what's spawning TV shows. But it all started with Afterlife, and now shocked them. Yeah, it shocked them how well it did, and so of course, then they did Sabrina, and then they had The Hunger, and now they're doing a crossover with Jughead, The Hunger, and Vampironica. And also Blossoms 666, where one of the Blossoms, Cheryl or Jason, is the Antichrist. So they're going really dark now.
We have to access Brant. Who do you? Because this is more for me and Brant, Chris, because you don't really know this.
I was gonna say this is all you guys. I really don't. I don't follow Archie anymore.
Who do you think would be the Antichrist? Cheryl or Jason?
That's a tough call, man, because they're both twisted. I think. If you went on the surface, it would be Cheryl, but I think it would be Jason.
I'm right with you because I think everybody's expecting it to be Cheryl. Yeah. So because she has the more time, the more page time and the more screen time on Riverdale. So I think everybody's expecting it to be Cheryl. So they're going to pull the whole Jason is really the one, unless it comes out in the comic book and Jason's the really goody, Jason's the really more twisted one in the comic. Then I'm gonna say it's Cheryl. But right now, everything that in the comic and in the show points to Cheryl being really twisted. So I think they're going to point to Jason being the Antichrist.
Yeah, Jesse disagrees with us. He says Cheryl.
I think that's why, because everybody's expecting. Be her
exactly, and that's why I think it won't be her.
So if you went Riverdale, definitely Cheryl.
Oh yeah, well,
unless she burned her mother. She set her mother on fire.
Yeah, but that's the kind of stuff that's getting noticed. Archie's been around since my mother was a kid, right? It's been around for decades.
Before that,
And,
Archie's been around for 75 years, over 75 years.
Yeah, so it was like the 30s or 40s. It was like right around the beginning of comics. Yeah, so like, but all that time you've seen a little Archie here and there, but nothing like big until you start doing the darker stuff, and then you introduce Riverdale, and now you got Sabrina, and then you got all these horror books. So I mean, it's interesting, and of course they relaunched their entire universe with a different take on it, on the main series and stuff. So they're doing some interesting stuff at Archie. If you haven't checked out Archie in a while, you should definitely do that because they're doing something different. And yes, Cheryl is evil and sadistic, Jesse, but I still think it's Jake.
And a little, how can you say this without going too blue?
No, just say it.
Stuff. Is that what you're talking
about? Yeah, she's like she's creepy. Let's just say she's creepy on multiple levels.
She loves her brother a lot.
Her brother is way too much.
I'll just say that. She loves her brother a lot.
This is coming from someone from the city of brotherly love. She took it to a whole other level.
Yeah.
She loves her brother.
Oh yeah.
The only book from Image that I saw any news about was Outcast, by the way. And I don't read it, so I don't really have any thoughts of this, but it is ending. Just so everybody knows, it is ending next year. So if you're an Outcast fan, it is finally coming to a close. I know that
this does the opposite of what. Oh, go ahead, Frank.
I just said I know Kat read it for a while. I don't know if she still is or not.
Yeah, Kat and I are still reading it. This does the opposite of what I think Saga did, and we were talking about this on the Comic Book Club Wednesday. Where Saga is the one story and it just keeps building and makes you want to read more and more and more. This was the one story and you're like, can you get done with this arc, please?
So it was Brian Azzarello's Wonder Woman is what Outcast was.
Yeah. Okay. Well, not that bad.
Not that bad. Okay.
That is like that's a whole other level.
Yeah, I know. I stuck with that. I'm telling you, I don't like Azzarello as a writer. I've never read anything by him that I like. And I read Wonder Woman for like, I don't know, 20-something issues, hoping it would get better. And I finally just like, no, I can't do it anymore. I'm done. And it's still,
36 issues?
36 issues, yeah, it was that arc.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Plus all the little, like, other things in between that they did, the specials. But yeah. Oh my god, that was painful, especially as a Wonder Woman fan, to read it and then have people be like, "Oh, that's the best Wonder Woman ever." I'm like, dude, have you read anything Wonder Woman before this? Have you read, like, Rez's Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Have you read Rucka's Wonder Woman? Have you read Simone's Wonder Woman? The guy who did what's his name? Young Avengers.
Alan Heinberg.
Yeah, Alan Heinberg. Have you read his Wonder Woman? Like, all those are far superior than Azzarello's, and like people are like, Azzarello's was the best. I was like, oh,
because Azzarello does have a huge following from what was that indie comic he did?
100 Bullets.
Yeah, 100 Bullets. That's what it was. He has a huge following. That's fine. I don't personally like his style. I've only read his mainstream.
I didn't like what he did to the whole mythos.
Yeah, exactly. I've only read his mainstream stuff. I've not read his indie stuff, so I just want to qualify that. I don't like his mainstream stuff. I've never read a thing by Azzarello that I personally like. So I tried. I really tried with Wonder Woman because, it was I just wanted to invest in all the DC books at that time. And I tried, but that was the worst Wonder Woman story I think I've ever read. And I know we got Sweet saying it's a game changer, so obviously he was a fan of it. And so Meredith Finch is the worst. I completely disagree with that.
I 100% completely disagree with that.
I would say this. Azzarello's was a game changer because it changed the game and made me want
But
to.
not in a good way. Yeah, it was a game changer for sure. I agree with that.
I just didn't like it. The way that they approached Wonder Woman as a character, the way that they approached the pantheon of the Greek pantheon, I didn't like the way they did that. I didn't like the way they tied her to them. I still don't like that Zeus is her father. That they still have him as her father.
They totally changed so much, and then on top of all that, I didn't like the art style for that book. I didn't like
no.
I like Cliff
Chang.
Chang. Yeah, I like his art. I mean, he does Paper Girls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like his art there. I like his art on different things, but his depiction of Wonder Woman, I didn't like the art.
Made her look like a man.
Yeah,
she looked like a man. It wasn't
a man with my red eyes.
She looked like a woman.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't care for it, so I know a lot of people did though. But moving on from that, before we spend way too much time on that.
You never spend way too much time on anything.
Yeah, I think it was Jesse asked if Mark Waid was still writing. No, it was Sweet. Sweet asked if Mark Waid was still writing Archie. For now,
no,
no, he's not. He's done.
1941 is the only place you're going to see him writing Archie.
Okay.
His ended with. His ended with the last issue, and then 699 is coming out.
It came out this week.
It came out this week, Wednesday. Yeah. And that's a recap of the whole series. I think it's like the 30-something issues.
Mm-hmm.
And then the new team takes over with issue number 700. I forget who the new team is right now off the top of my head, but they're going to be taking over with 700.
It's another known writer. It's escaping me who it is now. I read it because I read 699 and it tells it in the back somewhere who the new writer is. I just can't remember who it was. But anyway, so speaking of Mark Waid, though, that leads us into another story, which is Mark Waid and John Cassaday are launching a new superhero line at Humanoid's publishing. So Mark Waid has moved on from Archie to a brand new universe, and they're launching with a bunch of books. They've got, let's see, Ignited, Omni, Strangelands, The Big Country, Meyer.
I don't know how invested in all this I am. I don't know. I feel like they're using their names to try to really make a really awesome indie company.
Yeah, that's what Aftershock did.
That's true. I don't know. It doesn't. I looked at it. It doesn't appeal to me, any of it really.
The difference with this one is it's a shared universe, whereas Aftershock was just a bunch of titles. So this is kind of like a Valiant or whatever, where all their titles are tied together. But the thing is, Mark Waid, he's good at this. You know, he was like one of the architects behind CrossGen, behind the world building, and he was I believe he's the editor-in-chief there, or at least the story director or some. I forget what his actual role was, but I know he kind of led a lot of the shared universe stuff and making sure everything lined up and all that stuff. So him and Barbara Kessel. So I have faith that he can do this. I just, like you, none of the titles jumped out at me.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I mean, I'd be willing to give him a shot. I just don't know if I would stick with him. So
I'm willing to give it a shot too. Okay. I'm willing to give it a shot. And because I want Mark Waid to be at the top again. Like, other than Archie, I don't think he really did that much that wowed me in the last couple of years. Like, Archie was like the only thing that really, I think, wowed me with Mark Waid recently.
Yeah. What is it he's currently writing for? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, what? I don't know what he's currently writing right now. I know he was writing Champions.
Oh, okay.
He was writing Champions. Then he got off of there, and Jim Zub came on.
There's something he's writing because I just read his.
Yeah, he's writing something.
Yeah.
But the creative team for
I'm just sitting back and let the magic happen now.
I'm gonna let Jay finish and stop interrupting.
Oh no! The creative team for Archie. Creative team for Archie real fast is just Nick Spencer and Marguerite Salovich.
Nick Spencer, that's who I can't believe I couldn't remember Nick Spencer. Jeez, he's writing one of my favorite books right now, Amazing Spider-Man. But yeah, Nick Spencer. So I'm looking forward to his voice on it. I think he could do some special stuff with Archie. So we'll see. So going back to some DC stuff, and I promised Tevi we will get to Aquaman.
Oh my God, he really did again?
No. I'm just saying it because I thought it was funny. Because I'm kind of purposely like waiting on it now. not for Tevi, just because it's.
And that's right. Sweet Exorcist is right. Mark Waid is Mark Waid ended his Captain America.
No, he said he was writing.
Oh, he was
writing. There's something he's still writing at Marvel because I just saw his name in the credits and I was like, oh yeah, Mark Waid's writing this. And I don't remember what it is, but anyway,
I forget what it is. I forget what that was.
What's an Avenger?
He is doing something.
No, I don't think it's in the book.
Avengers is Jason Aaron.
That's right.
Yeah. Jeez, I don't remember. Somebody tell us if you know. Anyway, let's go ahead. I mean, we've kind of danced around this one a little bit. Anyway, Titans. Let's go on to all the Titans stuff.
Yes.
There was a new trailer released. It wasn't a huge trailer. I mean, there was just. I think it was cut a little bit better than the first one. It didn't really show you any new information as far as I remember. Just
that's what I was saying. When we had that in the agenda, I watched it. I'm like, there's like one or two small new scenes. The rest of it is like, all right, it's just no.
Yeah, I only bring it up because I'm pretty sure people were asking about it, our thoughts on it on Frontline Live or something. We didn't realize the new one had come out at that time or something. So I just want to toss it in there.
I will say though, I did like the tease they did with Jason Todd.
Yeah.
That was a good little extra they added in.
Yeah, because he has an episode named after him, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Jesse, come on, man. That's funny, but I'm not saying that. Anyway, not addressing that. Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. Titans has already been renewed for a second season. For anybody that didn't know, before it's even released officially, it's renewed for a second season. So they have faith in it regardless. That's great. We'll be talking about Titans soon, somewhere.
Yes.
There.
Well, we can announce it because I announced it on our Discord.
Okay. So go ahead, announce it.
On Tuesday, we're going to talk spoiler free of the first 3 episodes of Titans. So, anybody who knows that the episodes start on the 12th. So before the first episode comes out, we're going to be talking about the first episode, the second episode, and the third episode, all on Frontline Live this week. So this Tuesday, tune in for Frontline Live at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We are going to discuss all 3 of those, but spoiler free. So
spoiler free.
If you want to hear our thoughts.
Oh, go ahead. You want to hear our thoughts?
If you want to hear our thoughts on it, just tune into that and watch it. And then if you want to hear more spoiler-ish,
that's what I was about to get to.
Of it. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Brant.
No, I was just gonna say if you want to hear more, we're saying the same thing. We're just walking all over each other.
I'm enjoying watching the car ride, sitting here and enjoying it.
It's just because I'm like excited. I want to get it out, and I don't know if Jay's gonna say this part, so I'm like trying to jump in, and I should have just trusted Jay had it all covered. But yeah, if you want to hear more spoiler thoughts of it, the next episode of Zone 4 is October 12th when the first episode releases, so we can talk about it then, and we will be. So tune in next week on Zone 4 Live.
On Frontline's YouTube.
Yeah, on Frontline's YouTube to hear us talk spoilers about the first episode of Titans.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to say, right?
Yeah, I was going to actually just lead into that, but I didn't know you were going to say it, so that's why I was like, maybe I should just jump into it. I was starting to say it, and then you were like starting to say it. So it's funny, neither one of us thought the other one was going to say it. So we were like both trying to say it. So
and just walking all over each
had a
other.
question, Jay. Why don't you field that one?
Why don't we wait till after the 12th? Well, we got to watch it, advanced copies of them. So we wanted to share with people our thoughts on them, and they're not going to be spoilers. On
we're not spoiling
Tuesday,
it.
It's not going to be spoiler. We're going to do very broad scoped stuff. So if you ever watched a spoiler free review, which I know Jesse has done them, Kat's done them, Mike's done them, I've done them, Brand's done them.
I've never done a TV one, so I'm gonna probably fly through most.
Chris doesn't watch TV really, so
I'm watching the DC streaming service, but I'm bad at
watching Titans.
Advanced reviews. I'm very
I'll
bad
say,
at
like he's never done it before because he's never really watched TV like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But we can discuss stuff about that free, spoiler free. You know, maybe we want to do it because it may help inform you on if you want to watch that show or not.
Yeah.
So.
And as far as next Friday on the 12th, because Zone 4 falls on that day, it's really the only reason.
Yeah.
Because we especially Jay and I know Chris still needs to watch it, but Jay and I have already watched the first episode, so it's like we're eager to talk about it. So come the 12th, when we can actually talk about it, we want to. So if you haven't seen it on the 12th by this time next Friday, just watch Zone 4 late. That's all I can say.
And we're definitely gonna have a spoiler warning when we talk about it. And
it'll probably be
it's not gonna be the only thing we're discussing that week either. So like we have other stuff coming out that we're gonna be talking about too. So
yeah, and any New York Comic Con news that comes out like tomorrow that we didn't get to talk about tonight, we'll be talking about next week as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
all right. So other Titan related news. There is a new Deathstroke headed to Titans the comic. And Jericho's coming along with them. This was revealed.
I think they were talking about the TV.
Oh, were they talking about the TV?
I couldn't tell if they meant the comic.
I thought it was the comic.
Because Jeff Johns said there's a new one, and they were saying about other than the TV, DC TV and DC Extended Universe. So I think they were talking about the show. They're
talking about Titans, so there's going to be another version of Deathstroke that. Aside from the one you saw in Arrow, but he's going to be in the Titans universe.
And he's going to have Jericho instead of Rose. Okay.
Yeah, he's going to have Jericho instead of Rose. Deathstroke's son, Joe Wilson, also knows Jericho. So, yeah, we're going to get to see a different version of Deathstroke, and we're going to get to see...
so you know what's going to happen in Season 2? The Judas contract.
Maybe.
I don't think we're going to see Nightwing in Season 1 because of that. I think the Judas contract is going to happen in Season 2, and that's where you're going to see Dick Grayson become Nightwing.
Yeah, that's quite possible. So, there you go. Deathstroke coming up in Titans.
So now you know where you're going to see Nightwing, everybody, in about 2 years. I'm predicting. I have no clue. I've not watched a single episode of Titans yet. I'm allowed to speculate.
They could do it all 1 year because they could shoot it like... Doom Patrol shooting. I think they just had it. With Titans, they just took their time for Season 1 because they had so much, that they wanted to do with the service. They could just wait and, do it at their leisure. But Doom Patrol is like, filming now, and it's going to start soon next year. It's going to start early next year. So, like, they're not having that much time, so they can actually start filming Titans probably this summer.
Sweet, I don't think they even mentioned Donna Troy. Sweet's asking about Donna Troy. I don't think they even mentioned her as a cast member.
She's going to be in it. She's going to be in it.
Yeah, just not yet.
And I can't say anything else about that, but Tuesday you would hear something about that.
Yeah. I just based on the trailers of the characters that we've seen in the trailers.
Yeah.
No evidence.
And just from information we got from things. They did say Donna Troy was going to be in it.
Right, yeah. So I actually that article I was reading told all the cast, and I just closed it. Let's see
something.
Open it up real quick. We got
episode 8 is named Donna Troy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's what I was going. I was just looking up the episodes so I can say, because I knew that one of the episodes were named Donna Troy, and I was like, which one? Because I know one's named Jason Todd. Because I was like, who was it? I think who doesn't get like an episode named after them or something? Like one of them don't get like a real.
Was it Beast Boy?
It might have been Beast Boy.
He only gets the one episode after him. I don't know.
I know what you're. I remember us talking about it. There was one character. It's like, why no love for this character? They don't get an episode name.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, they only get like the one, because I think Raven has like 3 or 4 episodes with her name in it, or around her. Let's see. We have Titans. That's the first episode. We're going to be talking about that one. Hawk and Dove. We're going to be talking about that one on Tuesday. Starfire. We're going to be talking about that one on Tuesday. Then we got Rachel's the 4th. The Doom Patrol is the 5th. The 6th is The Messenger. The 7th is Jason Todd. 8th is Angela. The 9th episode is Donna Troy. So that's what it is. It's the 9th episode. It's Donna Troy. And I think it was Beast Boy because he has nothing. He has nothing here named after him. Beast Boy.
Yeah.
He deserves it too. His character is one of my favorites out of all of them.
I know there's others. There's others that are on here. The name's not on it though. It's not listed here. I know there's other ones that because I know it's not 9 episodes. I think it's 13 episodes. I know one's thing or two thing that they're Dick Grayson. You know, 1 or 2 of them are after him.
Yeah.
And then there's other ones too.
There were more.
I know that. Yeah. I think like there's just 1 episode with Beast Boy.
Yeah, there's at least 13 episodes.
Yeah. Speaking of Beast Boy and Doom Patrol, we got to see the first look at Brendan Fraser's Robot Man.
Looks really cool.
I thought it looked really cool.
Yeah.
Too. So,
yeah, he looks very page accurate. So I like what they've done with all the ones that we've seen so far from there. Because we also got a little bit of, I think it was a couple weeks ago, we've seen some leaked pictures of Negative Man, and he looked pretty good too. I like how they're doing it.
Yeah, I'm impressed. It's so far visually.
It takes a streaming service from the comic company to get mostly accurate characters, not counting Starfire. I don't know what they were dreaming that day, but
we'll say that for Tuesday and Friday, Chris.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it yet, so again, I'm saying.
I know.
I was gonna say, as far as comic accurate, we'll get into it, but the Aquaman trailer, they show the costume. It looked pretty sweet.
Yes! Now I want to watch the freaking Aquaman movie after that 5-minute trailer.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
We'll just tease that. We'll tease that and leave that alone. We'll come back to it because that's.
Oh, yeah. We're not ready for that yet.
Let's do.
What?
I said let's let that stew.
Okay, let's that stew. Okay, so we'll talk a little Marvel stuff because everybody
loves
loves Marvel.
That's what everybody loves to hear news about. Marvel.
So we got another couple of books coming out from Marvel. Marvel Comics Presents returns next year, and it's gonna have like a bunch of creators. Greg Pak's gonna be writing some. Charles Soule, Ann Nocenti. You're gonna have tales of Wolverine in the 1940s, Captain America in present day. You got a Namor starring in an atom bomb story. So I don't know. It's going back to that anthology format, which if history repeats itself, it will eventually just become a Wolverine book.
Yeah, probably.
Because that's what it became. It was Wolverine. That's all. Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine.
I remember it was like double back issues. Like you have one issue in the front and one issue in the back of it.
Right.
But I like that they went with these 3 characters because these are the 3 that are more generational characters because Namor was out for during the when Cat was in World War II. Cat was out, of course, in World War II. Wolverine was out before that. Like he was in action before that. So like these are characters that have history within the Marvel universe that they can span generations. You can keep going back to that. So I like that.
When they run out of ideas for Namor and Captain America, it'll just become a Wolverine book again.
Of course, that's it's inevitable.
It's Marvel. It's not even inevitable. It's Marvel.
Yeah. We'll get to the other one.
Marvelable.
We'll go to this one right now because I'm so excited about this news. Tom Taylor will be writing Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man in 2019.
Holy crap, that was good news.
Oh, I'm so excited about that. Tom Taylor is writing Spider-Man. I couldn't be happier about that.
You know what that means?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
3 Spider-Man titles now. Oh, we're missing Web of.
No, I think what's the name ended? Peter Parker, I think ended.
Yeah.
Oh, it's ended. Really?
Yeah, it ended.
So this is kind of the replacement for it. Yeah.
Wait. So the issue I just reviewed, expecting there to be more, was the last issue of the series. Well,
I think it did say end. I think it did say at the end on it.
Well,
but yeah, I pretty much think that that's the end of the series.
I'm gonna look it up.
It might tie into. It might go into or what's the name?
Spider-Geddon?
Might go into what's the name? Spider-Geddon, yeah. But that would be like Spider-Geddon. It's either that or at least the creative team is done with that book. But I think it's over.
Makes sense. We won't know. You know when we'll know? We'll know when solicits drop this month. Because the solicits for this month, I believe, are for January of 2019, right?
Well, I don't think they've been in it.
I don't remember.
Let me look it up. I don't think they've been in anywhere.
I don't think they've said it anywhere either. I was trying to find it and I can't find it.
Okay, so it's over. But hey,
what issue was this one, by the way?
301, I think it was.
No,
310.
310. Okay.
310.
Maybe they did. Maybe they did. They ended it at 310. It makes sense.
Let's see. Is there a 311?
Yeah, there is a 311 solicited, but
yeah.
Aha!
Oh no, wait.
Oh
who?
Yeah, but it's a Spider-Geddon tie-in. That's why.
Yeah, so it's probably going to end after.
So I think they're just keeping it around for Spider-Geddon. Then after that,
wait a minute. Wait, Jay, you got into a huge argument, remember? And because the creative team was changing. Remember, you got into an argument in the comments, and he's like, that doesn't mean they're leaving forever just for Spider-Geddon. And you were like, no, this is the new team for Peter Parker permanent. And it was proven.
There's a 312 as well. It's also a Spider-Geddon tie-in, though. So is 313. So it's tying into Spider-Geddon for a while, and then it's canceled, I guess.
No, Jay argued. Well, maybe I forgot who he was arguing.
No, but I'm telling you, I'm looking it up, and there's 12 and 313, and it's all Spider-Geddon tie-ins.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe 314 will be where the new team comes on, or maybe it is canceled. I don't know, but I know that I don't know if it was that, Chris, or we were discussing another one.
No, it was Peter Parker. You were arguing because he was like, because we were saying it's a good thing that the team left.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. So that was supposed to be the new team. That's right. So that's what it is. It's a team change, but we'll find out again in January. In a couple weeks. It'll be like 2 weeks. So we'll find out in like 2 weeks when the solicitations come out.
Yeah, exactly. I don't mind. I mean, there's a lot of really good Spider books right now. I thought the last issue was very strong. Of Peter Parker. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm talking about something completely different. Legend said Anna Diop confirmed Starfire will get a comic accurate suit. That's cool. I'm happy to hear that.
That's a plus. We can get out of the
honestly
hooker costume.
If you see the trailer that they had out with her on the table, the dress is not that bad.
Yeah,
it's just when you put the dress and the fur coat on top of it, that's when it looks bad. And when you put that wig on her, like honestly, like I was looking at the I did the thing for Frontline for the premiere of it, and I saw the dress. I mean, I saw her in her regular clothes and all that. They would have just like put like dyed her hair or put a wig or something on her hair that looks like her regular hair that she has. So much better. She looks so much better like that than that weird curly weird wig that they got on it. It's like orange. Like it's not even a real color. Like I just don't get it.
I mean, we can't talk too much about it, but I'll just say this. I hope.
I'm just going by what we've seen so far.
Right. I'm just gonna say I hope that the outfit that she's wearing ties into the storyline and it's explained away. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. That's probably all I'll say Tuesday too. Yeah,
we'll talk about more on that on Tuesday again. But that was just like my little thing about from just like pictures and stuff like that. Just like they should, just like when I saw that picture yesterday, I was like, she looks so much better in this picture than she did on there. Like they really did a disservice to the actress. Like they made her look less than. Not just the character, but the actress herself. They hid her away by doing that, and that's a crime in itself. Like, as an actress, like that's really bad. Yeah.
So going back to the Spider-Man stuff, we'll just go ahead and talk about the Spider-Geddon stuff since we already went into that. And actually, this article talks about Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, which begins a new story arc in 311, which will see Portland.
Well,
still has a very big chip on his shoulder. I'm talking. It's tying into Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, no, I know. It's just funny with that Peter Parker. We all don't know if it's ending or not. It's still like it's there.
It's there because
we know it's
none of us
tying
are
into
reading
Peter
it except
Parker.
you.
We know it's tying into Spider-Geddon.
Yeah,
Right.
I dropped it. I couldn't read anymore.
I think you would have liked 310. It was a nice.
Yeah, I told Brant that Tuesday.
Yeah.
I tried it on a whim, and I was like, "Oh wow, this was a powerful issue."
Yeah.
I gave it 5 stars.
Oh yeah, I would definitely say 4.5. I gave it 4.5 because of the art. Could have been a little better in certain panels, I think.
Sweet says Starfire has hair similar to Medusa from the Inhumans. I don't think DC can afford to do her hair. LOL, similar to the Inhumans show. Yeah.
We don't want to talk about Inhumans.
Inhuman show didn't do.
Oh my goodness.
Like, honestly, Medusa would have looked better in Starfire's wig. Just saying.
She would have looked better in Mara's wig for sure.
Mira. Yeah, Mira's wig. Yeah. We're not talking about that
yet. We're not there yet.
Not talking about that yet.
The Spider-Geddon launch trailer was pretty cool. It was just kind of some of the creators behind it talking about what's coming in the storyline and the characters and how they incorporated the video game Spider-Man into it. I thought that was pretty neat. I'm still not.
They did.
Yeah, I'm still not hyped about the event. I don't know about you guys. I'm still not hyped for it.
No,
but
not hyped.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you read Superior Octopus, you kind of find out how they got into it.
Yeah, which
you did.
Yeah, I did. I did read.
I have to read it still, but you can go ahead and. I don't mind if you want to talk about it. I'm still reading it.
No, they kind of like just tell you how they got out, like how they're getting out, and I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot better than a lot of the fan theories that were going around. So, yeah,
it makes
I'm
sense.
looking forward to that aspect.
Yeah, and it makes sense why Superior Spider-Man or Superior Octopus or whatever is at the center of the Spider-Geddon story too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it all ties in kind of nicely. So.
And again, the only thing I'm really excited about Spider-Geddon is one character, Spider-Kid, and he better not die. But I know they're already killing him. I already know it.
I forget which creator it was, but in that article, he said he was very proud of the Spider-Kid character, and is really looking forward to working with that. So
read solicitations, and it sounds like everybody but what's the name? But Jessica Drew and Kane die.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It sounds like everybody's dying in there. So, like, I'm not giving up my hopes that he's going to live, but that's the only one I want to see.
I think it was Christopher Priest that was saying it about him.
Yeah.
Jeez. Just lost it. Oh, yeah, and they said Spider-Gwen was going to be taken off the board for a little bit, so whatever that means.
Probably she's going to get somehow put somewhere else through a bulk of the event.
They just gave her a new title.
Yeah.
No, they're not killing her. I think they're just going to move her off of the Spider-Geddon board.
Yeah, maybe. So, speaking of crossovers, IDW is doing another crossover. They do these every year. This one's called IDW 2020. It celebrates 20th anniversary of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Jim, Ghostbusters, Star Trek, and more. So
it's like Infestation, except now it's a 2020.
Yeah. Except for it's going to include My Little Pony as well. I don't know how they're going to do that.
Mike's going to love that one.
Yeah. It's TMNT, Star Trek, My Little Pony, Jim and the Holograms, Ghostbusters.
I'm going to love the TMNT Turtles crossing over with My Little Pony. I'm going to love it.
That actually makes sense, though. Like, that can actually make sense. They're both animal-based shows.
Exactly.
Yeah. But when you try to cross over Gem and the Holograms and then also Star Trek of all things...
it's so weird.
Hey, they did it for Infestation, and Infestation 1 was excellent. It was Infestation 2 that kind of went a little off the rails. But Infestation 1 did.
And it's Jean-Luc Picard. It's 20 years before he took command of the USS Enterprise D. Jean-Luc Picard sat in the captain's chair of the USS Stargazer.
I am totally going to be buying every single one of these books.
This is going to be interesting.
I don't care. I don't mind reading My Little Pony if it's a crossover event with the Turtles and Star Trek.
I want to hear what you think about this, though, Chris. Meet the
Uh,
Turtles of tomorrow in this adventure set 20 years in the future.
I know what this is. This might be. It's not going to be what you're thinking. It's not right.
The Ultron Civil War rages across Earth when news of a backup technodrome threatens hundreds of millions of innocent lives. It's up to the Turtles to do what they do best: save the world.
I'm so excited.
Well, cool. You're both excited about IDW crossovers. This is awesome. I probably won't read either one.
You are evil.
Shoot. It's not G.I. Joe, so I don't care.
You know what? I'm actually surprised they didn't do G.I. Joe because it should have been, and they didn't do Transformers.
Well,
it was Star Trek, G.I.
We
Joe,
don't know-
Transformers, Ghostbusters.
We don't know where Transformers is residing, remember?
Right. Yeah.
Because as far as we heard, like it could be the complete end of Transformers at IDW, or it could just be them restarting their universe. We don't know.
That's
And
true.
G.I. Joe's been kind of
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe's been kind of rocky lately, if you hadn't noticed.
I haven't been reading lately because
I mean just in the news. They've had like stuff canceled and creators fired and all kinds of crazy stuff.
I did not know this. No.
Yeah, it's I don't want to get into it, but there's some stuff that went on with G.I. Joe. And, a Real American Hero is still fine. You know, Larry Hama's killing it with that, but the other stuff, the IDW stuff, was it's. I don't know. They're still putting out books, so I don't know. I don't know where it's going. Anyway,
And the winner for most suffering independent company of the year, IDW.
let's see. There's a lot.
Do good Star Trek books. I'm okay.
That's true.
There's a live action Mega Man movie in the works.
You should have
I
called
look forward
Michael.
to that.
You should have called Michael for that one.
What I'm excited about. I played Mega Man. Like even Jay played Mega Man. Come on, everybody loves Mega Man.
Mike
Brent was like
11.
when Brent brought it up, he was like, I know no one else cares about it, but I really like playing those games. I was like, I did too. I played them when I was a gamer. You know, that was out when I was gaming.
I like the Mega Man comic.
Mega Man comic.
I read the comics. So.
Yeah, I read a few of them. So,
I mean, we have Mega Man 11 for the Switch.
Yeah.
Got a special amiibo for it, so I
can't wait to see. I can't wait to see live action Mega Man. It's gonna be so cool
if they do it right.
Yeah. Now, I didn't watch the She-Ra trailer. Did you guys?
I did.
Okay. What did you think of it? Because I wasn't impressed by the first footage we got. So.
I would say this: if you are a fan of the '80s and that She-Ra, this is not visually for you.
Okay, it's not for me then.
It wasn't for me when they said it was She-Ra, not He-Man.
Well, we're getting He-Man toys though, Chris.
I saw those. I'm glad you put those in.
Yeah.
That Skeletor is so detailed. I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted.
Look really cool.
I think they're expensive though. Like, aren't they like really expensive? Like $200 or something.
Yeah, they're very expensive.
Are you surprised?
They're like.
Go
ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think we saw them in aren't those the toys that they were making in
Yeah. We saw the blank. We didn't see them fully done yet.
Yeah.
We saw the models of them.
Yeah. And the toys that made us. So
right.
I thought that's what the ones that we saw there.
Yeah, these are like 30 points of articulation, fabric costumes, all kinds of accessories. They're higher end.
They're not higher.
Yeah, just they look cool, so I wanted to make sure I put them on there.
They were gorgeous. If they'd like to send them to Comic Frontline for us to review, I will love to review them. And I will make video of it. Otherwise, I can't afford it. Too expensive for me.
So, let's see. Where are we going to go next? We'll go up to Krypton, which is coming back. And the first season is coming to DC Universe. So if you missed it on Sci-Fi, you will get to watch it on DC Universe.
Which is good. That means they got the contract for the after it's showed on Sci-Fi.
Yeah, exactly. So
January 2019, I think is coming.
Yeah, I think I was trying to confirm that, but yeah.
And this is also good because if Sci-Fi does what Sci-Fi does best, cancel their shows prematurely, the DC streaming service can take it over.
That's possible, but Krypton did really well.
Been doing good with their shows.
Yeah, Krypton did really well, so I don't think they'll I don't think we have to worry about that one for a
I'll
while.
never forgive them for Warehouse 13.
They still went 5 seasons.
Well,
that was early.
I was gonna say it wasn't canceled premature. As a fan of it, I wanted it to go on for 10 years. But as someone who they didn't cancel it after a season, or they can't give it a full ending and all that. So I'm okay with that aspect of it all.
What's interesting is next season we're getting Lobo. Yeah,
I saw the picture.
The picture looks cool.
Cool, the main man. God.
Yeah, the picture does look really cool. I'm not a fan of Lobo, but in that world, it definitely would work. So I can't wait to see.
Page accurate. I mean, a lot of people are giving it crap, but everybody says, "Oh, why don't they look more like the comic books?" And then when you get something that looks like comic books, people give it crap. That's what he looks like in the comic books. Of course, he's a little bit more jacked than that, but I mean,
you can watch the Lobo Christmas special for that. If you remember the '90s Lobo Christmas special,
that's okay. I'm good.
God, that was horrible. I watched it just because I was curious, and I regretted every single minute of that half hour of my life that I lost.
I'm sorry, not really, but
you saw it too. Don't even.
Sorry,
I don't. I've never liked Lobo. I did not watch it. Anything was Lobo. I don't like Lobo.
Okay, we got to make him watch that now.
No, it's okay.
Christmas. Christmas.
I don't think we need to. Unless you want to watch the whole season of Teenage Mutant Rising.
Forget it. One episode's enough for me.
Okay.
You still got to watch that one episode.
I could live through a half hour.
We'll see.
I can be distracted for a while. For that half hour.
Haven't watched it yet.
I can be distracted for that half hour.
So speaking of irreverent heroes, The Boys is getting an Amazon series. None of us read it. Nope. I'm the most familiar with it just because I actually did read the first issue again for that review show.
Yeah, I did read it. I did read it. I just forgot about it.
Oh, you did read it. Okay. That review show I was on brought a lot of comics into my world that I was not ready for. And this was one of them. It was a Wildstorm for 6 issues, then moved to Dynamite for the rest of the run, and now they are getting a TV show on Amazon. They had a big, giant, huge banner at New York Comic Con that was basically degrading superheroes in certain language. I don't know if you guys saw that, but yeah,
I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see that? It was huge, I mean, you couldn't miss it if you were at New York Comic Con, I think.
Well, that gets it. I was at New York Comic Con.
Well, I posted the story with the picture.
I didn't go down. I didn't go down to that far with it. I just saw what it was. I just read the stuff. I didn't see that picture. Gotcha. I'll go right there now and see it.
But anyway, so yeah, they're getting that. They put out a little teaser video.
Actually, it was removed. That link is removed. Yeah, that link is 500 internal server error. That's why I didn't see it.
Okay, well there you go. That's because of what it said.
That's why I didn't see it.
But they did put out a teaser trailer, and you had Elizabeth Shue was part of this corporation that was kind of talking about how great these superheroes are and all their accomplishments, all their achievements. It was like a PSA, and then you cut to the heroes, and they're staring at you, and they flip you off. And that kind of sets the tone for what the series is. I don't know how much you remember about it, Jay, but what I remember about it was super violent, super sexual, super language. I mean, just all kinds of very irreverent stuff. So if that's your thing,
trying to be too much.
Yeah, and that's why they got dropped and had to be picked up by another publisher. That's the truth. It was all over the news back then. I remember we reported on it on Comic Related. But anyway, if that's your thing, check out Amazon Prime and look for that series. So, there you go.
Yeah, because everybody talks about Amazon Prime.
Yeah, because everybody cares about Amazon Prime videos. I'm sorry, I have Prime, but only.
I'm just saying,
I do watch.
Other than Tickets, I mean, I think there's 2 or 3 shows on Amazon Prime that people actually kind of mention, but no one actually no one's like, oh my God, did you see that new Amazon Prime show?
Oh, no. I agree with you on that. But there are things I do watch on Amazon Prime.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying that there's nothing there, but I'm saying it's just
probably the Marvelous Miss Maisel. That's probably the biggest thing they have.
I think, isn't, what's that show called?
The Tick?
The Tick, yeah.
The Tick is that's the comic book show. I'm talking about a regular show. The one with trans, like about the guy becoming the father who becomes a
Oh yeah, they do have that. I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it, but they have that one.
Trans something.
Yeah.
I can't think of it. Or something trans.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You are correct, sir. All right.
Okay. I just want to make sure that was on there or not. Like.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't think we have that much left to talk about. We got a couple of things.
Transparent. That's it.
Transparent. That's it. Yeah.
Very easy to remember, but I just couldn't watch. I couldn't think of it.
So, you guys just want to talk about the trailer?
I want to talk about Wonder Comics.
You want to talk about Wonder Comics? Okay.
Let's talk
Wonder Comic. Young Justice. All right, we'll talk about Young Justice. Let's go.
Yeah.
There actually, all right, we got to clarify this though. There are actually
the other one first with that Young Justice, and then we'll go into Wonder, so people won't get confused.
Lisa just reminded me that Jack Ryan is also on Amazon Prime, and that's a pretty good show.
Okay.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. But again, no one really talks about it like as much. Like it's not like you don't see like a lot of the news about it. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like all over.
Yeah, it's just not as big as the other platforms.
Yeah,
they are doing Greg Weisman and I forget who the other person is, but they are doing a
Christopher Jones.
Yeah, they're doing a prequel comic for the Young Justice cartoon. Is the one Young Justice comic we're getting, and apparently Greg Weisman said that's a one shot, so it's that's what Cass said, right? Jay? Yeah,
and it's going to be that one is only going to be on DC Universe. That's
right.
Exclusive to there. So
yeah, but the other one that Chris was talking about is part of a new imprint that Brian Michael Bendis is running called Wonder Comics, that is featuring teen heroes. You're going to have Young Justice, Dial H for Hero, a new character Naomi, and what was the other one?
Oh God!
Wonder Twins.
Wonder Twins, yeah.
Yeah.
Jan and Zena.
So the creative teams for them, Brent. You want me to list the creative teams? All right. So Bendis and Patrick Gleason are doing Young Justice, and that team will consist of. And I want to read this right because the wording is very particular here. The line would be anchored by the return of Impulse, Bart Allen, and Superboy, Connor Kent, teaming up with Robin, Tim Drake.
Oh, it is
That's the nucleus of an all-new Young Justice, with Bendis writing with the art by his Action Comics partner in crime, Patrick Gleason. So, and we also got Cassie in there too. I want to say that she's in the promo too, but they don't mention her in the article. But just saying, they did say Robin, and if you look at the costume, because I thought it was just his Red Robin costume. There's only one R on that costume. That's a little bit of a tweak on his current one. Is an R.
My only concern, once again, is Brian Michael Bendis is writing the book. He doesn't let any of the super characters go.
It's not that he's writing a book. It's that he's writing
too many.
What did we say? 9 books so far.
Isn't he the writer and creator of Naomi? Didn't he write? Isn't he writing and creating Naomi as well?
Yes.
Well, he's that's what I was gonna say. He's co-writing that with David Walker. And Jamal Campbell is doing the art on there. Then we got Wonder Twins by Mark Russell, who did the Flintstones, Exit Stage Left, the Sanguipush Chronicles.
Which one is he doing? Which one is this?
Wonder Twins. It's going to be cartoony. It's going to be cartoony when it goes. I'm probably going to skip
Mark
that.
Russell.
No, because those were like socio-political.
Right. That's what I mean. I'm skipping.
No, he did one this week too, because I just reviewed it. That's why I know for Frontline Reviews, I forget what book he did, and he did a really good job on it.
Okay.
I'll
try it out.
Down and check that real quick.
Honestly, I'm obviously getting Young Justice for sure. I'm just concerned with Bendis' writing. It would have been nice for Chuck Dixon to pop back with that.
Chuck Dixon is never going to write for DC, can't he?
Dude, he's writing Bane. He wrote the 12 maxi
Is he
series.
really? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
was
realize
Chuck
that.
Dixon.
Oh, I forgot. Well, now.
It is. Because I don't think it's over yet.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Mark Russell wrote The Lone Ranger, which again is political in a way, but it's not really that. It's not as much as the other ones were. So I don't know.
My concern with it's not that Bendis is writing it because I
Right,
actually like. Well, yeah, I wasn't even going there though.
Oh, what were you going with?
Because I actually like his writing when he's on point. It's the representation of those characters because they're obviously de-aged. I mean, it looks like they're de-aged, and I don't know what they're doing.
Right from the 90s, almost.
Yeah, if it's going to be in continuity, if it's going to be a flashback.
Oh no, they did say it's in continuity.
Yeah, it's in continuity. So if it's going to be like, I mean, what I meant was if it's going to be a present day, or if it's going to be in a flashback, or if it's going to be an alternate timeline, or
they just said the return.
Yeah.
So again, that makes me think present day. And the other title is Dial H for Hero is updated take on the Silver Age Classic series from the team of Sam Humphries and Joe Quinos.
I might read that because Sam Humphries is a hit and miss for me, but I didn't like Dial H from the New 52, but I liked previous incarnation, so we'll see.
I gotta say this, Superboy's costume I don't like. One, he has
I don't either.
Back.
Yeah.
Like, why are you gonna date him? Like, he has the fade back. I can see bringing the suit back, but did you have to bring the fade back? And he has like the spikes on his shoulders on his leather jacket. You were like, really look at that picture.
I wonder if they're young X-mening them. If they're bringing them back from the past.
Because Superboy, out of all the characters, and Cassie especially, and Tim Drake, every single one that made it to Teen Titans. So every name that's been mentioned, including Cassie, they all grew. Now Bart has to go back to Impulse because there's multiple Kid Flashes. Fine, but I mean, Superboy went through a lot. Cassie went through a lot. Tim Drake is going through a lot. And I feel like if it's a flashback, fine. Like you said, Brent, if it's like this happened in the past before we get some present day stuff, fine. But you can't just completely erase everything that those characters have been through. Superboy and all of the characters grew up.
Well, they kind of did that with the New 52.
I know, but it's over now. But it's over now.
We're trying to get
back. Continuity is still kind of there.
Yeah.
That continuity is still kind of there. Because, like, they had to reintroduce Connor Kent. They had to bring him back. Like, part of me was, like, honestly a little bit afraid that that was John growing up. At first, when I saw it, I was like, please don't let that be John growing up.
Because then you'll never get Connor.
Yeah. But they actually say Connor Kent. And I would say this. I'm very proud of DC. They spelled his name correctly. Because a big problem I had with the New 52 one was they kept spelling it Connor and not Conner. And I was like, it's not Connor. He's Connor. Like, there's a difference in the name. One's more of a world spelling, like, and the OR is more for a world kind of spelling. ER is more for like an American spelling and more for a first name. Like that's the distinction between Connor Hawk and Connor Kent, also. But anyway, it's just a little pet peeve I had with it.
Everybody has pet peeves.
Yeah, because it's like Connor is like my guy, and I hate it when he kept doing it. Like every time I saw it, I was like, "You're wrong." Like, is there not an editor there to correct your spelling?
I get so mad when people don't put the hyphen in Spider-Man, so I understand.
Oh, that's
there's a joke in the game. There's a joke in the game where Spider-Man says, "Does nobody realize there's a dash after Spider?"
Yeah, it's typically
someone says. Go ahead.
I was gonna say typically in DC there's no hyphens. In Marvel there's hyphens. It's kind of the way it goes.
Yeah. I think Slot said that he didn't realize that it was Spider-Man, like Spider-Man. He always just wrote it like a certain way. I think it was Slot who said it. But Yeah, I mean, I don't know how people don't get it. Like every time you see it, it's always dash. Like it pisses me off so bad when I see people writing it like that. I'm like, do you not know? Like it's not. Oh, like I get so frustrated about
it. Aggravates me when I try to write a hashtag because you can't put the hyphen in the hashtag. And I'm like, no, I don't want to write it that way.
Yeah, but at least even like that, like I hate the hashtags where they're like Spider-Man is like MAN's lowercase. Like at least put the capital M in there. Like you can still do a hashtag, just put the capital M in there. Make sure that at least people who read it see that there's some kind of break in it. It's not like a last name. It's like Spider-Man. Like you can tell it. Like it's just again pet peeves of mine.
Proper English people.
I would say the Wonder Twins costumes look interesting because they got they had the S shield in their name, like in their thing. So I wonder if they're going to be like inspired by Superman.
Maybe.
Like because like the shape of their symbol is the S shield.
Well, remember Smallville? Jay, you remember that Smallville episode with the Wonder Twins? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Why, Jay? I watched all of Smallville too. Come on.
Oh yeah, that's right. So, Brand and Jay, you remember that episode of Smallville with the? It left my mind completely, Brand.
We did a live episode immediately following.
I remember you did. You did on Zone 4. That's right. Yeah.
The night it aired.
I forgot.
Go ahead.
The night it aired, I probably wouldn't have been able to do anything on TV because I was like really like when that came out, I was seriously going like when he was like flying, I was like yes. Like I was. I was like a 5-year-old. Like I was a total 5-year-old. I was.
I went nuts. Yeah, that part was where I went nuts as well.
Like I was just jumping up and down on the couch. I was like yes. I was just like freaking out, and I was getting like eyes over me. I was like. I went like this. I don't care. This was my moment. I said I waited 10 years for this moment. Shut the hell up.
I will enjoy this, and you will enjoy it with me.
Then we got CGI, but it was still worth it.
It was something.
Let me see. I don't know. See, it's the young. It's them all being de-aged. Like that's like, what's his name? Who does Flash? Who's doing the Flash right now?
Joshua Williamson, the artist.
Yeah, Joshua Williamson. Yeah, Williamson. He said that he's going to explain why Bart came back as Impulse and why he looks like that. So we're going to get an explanation for that. He was like, "There's the same reason why Wally." He says connected to the way Wally came back in Rebirth. So, but you notice Wally came back as an adult. But he was in his Flash costume, so I wonder what his reasoning for it was. Right. But Tim's obviously that's a newish costume because it looks kind of like his current one, but it doesn't have like the big bulky boots that the new one has. It just he doesn't have the double R's on his chest. It just has one single R there, and he's called Robin, so that's weird. And then Superboy again, that leather jacket, and the spikes on his shoulder, like he never even had that.
That's new.
Like I swear, he better not have that freaking earring. He better not have that earring.
He probably does.
Like why? I mean, I just don't understand that costume. Like that is like his most dated look. Like you couldn't even give him the costume that he had.
Jacket. They want to keep the jacket fine, but I mean,
no, not that jacket. Not that jacket. Not the one with the spikes on it. Like,
no. I'm talking about the 90s jacket.
I was fine with the jeans and t-shirt. They should just went with that.
I love the black.
I mean, they want to go.
I like the black t-shirt.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's the one he's talking about. But I'm saying, like, if you want to go to another classic Superboy costume before he went to there, why not go to the one he had after this one? You know, where it was like the blue and it had the red pants. Almost the same look, but it was more superhero-ish. It didn't have all the belts and all that, straps and all that. And he had a blue jacket, like the blue jacket that went over it. The blue leather jacket. Like, why not use that one instead of this look? Like,
I feel like it's such a disservice to Connor because he came such a long way to the point where. And Brent, I thought you said the jean jacket. I didn't hear you say the jeans and shirt. I thought you said jean jacket for some reason.
When did you wear a jean jacket?
Yeah.
No, you were talking and Brent was talking, and I heard jean and jacket on his end, and I went, what? I don't remember jean jacket, but I was like, no, I like the t-shirt.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Young Justice out right now on TV, like, wouldn't you want to like have something that resembles that a little bit? You know, like that would be my thing, like to get it to resemble that a little bit.
would think
was like that.
It's got to be a flashback or something, or time displacement or
I
something. It's got to be.
Yeah, maybe it is like a callback, like an old Adventures of Super Sons right now is taking place between issues of the book. Remember, it's taking place, during a certain time in that series.
Right.
But
so maybe they're going to do that.
Writing it, I'm thinking about the characters and the way they were in the '90s and like their personalities. Bendis writes sarcastic characters. He actually can pull off, I think, Young Justice.
Well, I think he's doing well with the writing so far of the DC universe, but I just think he has too many books right now. Because
he has way too many.
We were counting this yesterday. He has, the 4 Jinx World books, which is Cover, Pearl, Murder Inc. No, United States versus Murder Inc. And Scarlet. And he has another. I think Powers is coming back next year too. Okay, so but we're not going to count that yet. Okay, so but Powers is coming back next year, I believe.
Action and Superman.
Then he has Action Superman. He's going to have Naomi. He has Young Justice and what was the other one? Batman. The Batman for the Giant Batman Giant book. Yeah. So he has 9 titles that he's going to be writing within this year. By the time he does this, he's going to have 9 titles, and he's overlooking 2 imprints, which is the Wonder Comics one and his Jinx World one. Again, Jinx World is not going to be just the 4 titles. There's going to be more coming out from there. So who knows how many titles he's going to be writing a month. I'm just like, I don't want to wait by issue 3 of Young Justice, then by issue 4 like 5 months later. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to I don't want it to get to be where it's like, all right, he did really well on a book, and pick any book you want that he's doing really well that you think he would do really well on, and then it go down the route of Miles Morales, where like because his Miles stuff was like brilliant. Like when it was in the Ultimate Universe, and then like when he rebooted, I think for the 3rd time in the Ultimate Universe, or the 2nd time, something like that. It was like either the 3rd or 4th time that it was like rebooted. Because it was Spider-Man, then it went to Miles Morales Spider-Man, then it went to Ultimate Spider-Man. Like it had like a couple different names. Yeah. And like it was before, because I know Tevia's going to say 616. It was before he went to the 616. Miles' book started to go down. Like, when he was part of the Ultimates and all that, that book was bad.
Yeah, he started crashing around then.
My only hope is that some of these books that he's already got so many issues written before they're launching, so he's not actively writing 9 books at once, that he's like maybe writing half of that.
Well, he already knows how Action and Superman are going to end. They're both 12-issue arcs.
Yeah, but at the same time, things change. You know what I mean?
There's plotting, and then there's writing. Like there's a big difference. You can say, all right, I know. You can just go into it and say, all right, I know. Let's just say this. Young Justice is going to begin with the team forming, and it's going to end with them becoming Teen Titans.
Well, it's like
but he has to write the whole thing.
You have your whole universe plotted out, but that's not all written.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You're right, and it takes time to write. No, you're right. And writing 9 books at once, forget it.
So I'm hoping. I'm hoping like the Jinx World books, maybe he's written like so many arcs or something, and he's already had those ready to go. And then, like you said, Action he's got plotted out. Maybe some of this other stuff he's got written already. Who knows? I just hope.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
this is too much. Like, and I would honestly, I'm a huge fan of Jeff Johns, like a huge fan. And if he was doing 9 books, I would share the same exact sentiment.
Yeah, any writer. It's just that's
any
too
writer,
much.
yeah. But I mean, like, I'm putting Jeff Johns. Like, Jeff Johns, I hold up to a whole other level than a lot of the other writers.
Totally.
Now I'm going to say that. I'm just going to put that out there. And I think if he was doing 9 books, I'd be like, I'm worried about him, you know, because it's just, you can only do so much, especially, like, dude's a family man. You know, he's not like a single guy who's, you know, doesn't really have that much to do. He has a family. He has kids. He's got school stuff. You know, he has to take them to whatever they go to. Like, I don't know, you know, during to sports or anything like that. You know, I don't. You know, maybe his daughter's in dance class or something. I don't know, but like, you got to go to those things for your kids. You know, you got to go to recitals and stuff like that.
Right.
He has a wife he has to pay attention to. You know, so it's not like he's just chained to a desk and writing all day. He has a life outside of comics, and there's going to be a point where he's going to have to back off, and or things are really going to suffer, and we're going to get another Marvel thing where he was writing like 5-6 books and they were all suffering. You know, we saw that with Marvel.
But then again, at that time we didn't know he had 1 foot out the door either, so that could have played into it.
Well, I think he's had that. I think he was like, honestly, for like the last 2 years at Marvel, he was like really starting to slump. Like he was slumping like 2 years now.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he was already done in his mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you got to worry if he's done in his mind with DC. That's 9 titles potential. Well, a lot of them are his, but that's a lot of titles to put on the line.
I think that would be a long time before he's done with DC because he's never got to play in that sandbox. So
yeah, and
we'll
plus
see.
he just signed. Okay.
All right.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Chris was coughing.
I was coughing. I'm done. I can't cough anymore.
Oh no, I thought Brant was going to say something. Plus, Chris, you got to think he also just signed a deal to bring Jinx World and all that in there, so I think he's going to have a little bit more fun for DC. You know, he's going to be a little bit more into DC right now than he was Marvel, where he was there for what 20 years or something like that.
Yeah,
like he was there for a long time.
Yeah, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, and you know, so far I've enjoyed what he's done. So I know you haven't as much, Chris.
I haven't as much.
Yeah, like,
I'm not saying it's horrible, but like I said, I read Action this past week, and I completely. It was great up until that Batman scene, and then it just was like.
I thought that was a good scene.
No,
it wasn't. No, it wasn't at all. Oh, I'm making a friendship.
That was the best scene of the book.
How is Batman ever going to say that, especially in his current mood with everything? No, I made a friendship.
Well, we don't know.
I thought you were talking about the mugging scene for one, but
oh no, the mugging scene was that didn't. No, it was that one line. No, I'm making a friendship bracelet. When has Batman been that sarcastic, especially in the mood he's in right now?
He has.
He was cleric.
Batman has his moments where he'll say a joke. Like that's the thing. Batman's not always funny, but when he is
off guard,
yeah, and that's why it's funny, especially when he's with Superman, because he gets to be around his friends. So he does do those things around. Like even when you watch Batman the animated series, he cracks jokes all the time.
I know. I've seen. I don't know. It just hit me off kilter that, but the rest of the book was fine. It was just that one Batman scene that just threw me off with the book.
We'll agree to disagree on that one.
No, I mean I'm on the same page with you guys. I like the book still. I'm not on the same level of liking.
No, I understand that. All right,
so it's not like we disagree about the book. We just disagree about scenes in the book.
Speaking of
and it's gonna.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and the line debuts in early 2019. Just wanted to say that.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of the Batman side of the things, I think it was Sweet asked us if we had talked about the Renee Montoya casting, and I didn't put that in here because I completely forgot about it actually. But Renee Montoya has been cast for the Birds of Prey movie, and it's going to be Rosie Perez, which is an interesting casting because she's an aged actress at this point. I mean, not saying not that she's a bad actress or anything like that, but just it's interesting the choices. So she's gonna be playing an older character. Yeah.
And she doesn't strike me as Renee Montoya, you know? Like, she doesn't, I don't know, something about her that, like, I don't see her as Renee Montoya.
Well,
Brant?
I thought it was like he was just waiting for someone.
the music
Oh,
show.
he died. No, he faded out. No, is he back?
I'm here.
No,
Yeah.
you faded out, man. You went black, then you.
No, yeah, you paused.
Oh,
yeah,
I
you're
was here the
back
whole
now.
time.
You're good now.
You're
You
good.
guys were moving. I was moving. Everybody was moving. Anyway, that music show that she was in that I stopped watching and got canceled. I think with the guy from.
Oh yeah, the one from Philadelphia. Rise, I think.
Yeah, she had a bit of edge in that show, so I could kind of see it, but it would be a stretch. Yeah, I don't know.
To me, I see, like, if you want to go like an older actress, I would go Juliana Margulies. You know, like that's who I would be able to see.
Yeah,
like, something on that.
That would be a good casting for her. Yeah.
For one, I always picture Renee Montoya as a taller actress. You know, like Rosie Perez is very short.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It's just something I just don't see her being Renee Montoya. She could like totally blow me out the water, but I just don't see it.
I'm sorry. Down Rock Records said she was serious on Pineapple Express for a minute. Was there anything serious about Pineapple Express? But anyway,
By the title alone, I could tell there was nothing serious about Pineapple.
it was a James Franco pot movie.
It was not serious at all then.
Anyway, yeah. So I'm questioning that one, and I don't know if she's going to be Renee Montoya or is she going to be the Question. That's going to be interesting as well.
Yeah,
how they're going to play that. But your casting, I can't ever pronounce her name, but Juliana, she would be absolutely great in that. Yeah, that would be a great casting for that.
I mean, you look at her, and you kind of see Renee Montoya. You know?
Oh, totally. Yeah, I could totally see that. So, if you're going older,
yeah. Not go for pick an actress who's a younger Juliana Margulies. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I would go for. I mean, because they do that in casting calls. They'll be like a younger blah blah blah. You know, like say they wanted a Rosie Perez as actress, they would be like a younger Rosie Perez. You know, like that would be in the description of the character to say a younger Juliana Margulies. Like that's who I would picture as. Nothing against Rosie Perez. Like again, not her age or anything. It's just that I don't see her as Renee Montoya. I see her like as a different person. Like Renee Montoya, I have a specific look in my head, and it's just not her.
Yeah, I agree. All right, I think we only got 2 stories left that I took note of, and one of them I didn't get to watch the trailer, so I don't know if you guys want to talk about the Daredevil season 3 trailer or not.
I saw the trailer. I watched it. It looks really good, and I will say this: there is a what you see in the trailers. There's a bootleg Daredevil going around, and a lot of people are predicting it's Bullseye. I think it's Bullseye as well.
Oh, I think they've already confirmed that Bullseye is going to be in it.
Did they confirm it? Because there was speculation in the comments that it's Bullseye. I think it is.
Yeah, I think just like yesterday they confirmed it.
Okay.
I think I remember seeing something about that.
So basically, Wilson Fisk is looking to destroy Daredevil and destroy his reputation, it looks like, because he's back out. So we went from Fisk to the Hand back to Fisk again.
Yeah, which means Jay will hate this season.
Well, he was in season 2 too, but not as much.
Not as much.
I just didn't like. As long as he's not a crybaby, I don't care. Like I just don't like when he's a crybaby.
He looked like he was whining in the trailer.
I disagree with that whole whining thing, but we won't get into that whole debate again.
Oh no, I don't care. I like the actor because he's from Law and Order, Criminal Intent.
Here it is. This was from today. Daredevil Netflix confirms Bullseye as season 3 villain. So yeah,
there it is. So it's going to be him versus Bullseye in his own costume, and somehow he's going to reveal that wasn't the real Daredevil.
Well, yeah. Of course, that's good.
Of course.
It
looks really good. It looks action-packed from the trailer. You should really watch it, Brent.
Yeah, I will. I forgot to watch that one. I can't wait to see the fight between Daredevil and Bullseye, because that's when you mention a Daredevil series, I think in the back of your mind you're thinking, we got to see Kingpin, we got to see Elektra, we got to see Daredevil. I mean, Bullseye. That's the three things you want to see in a Daredevil
No
show.
confirm about Elektra yet.
Well, she was
they
in
did.
season 2.
She was in season 2.
No, I'm talking about in season 3.
Oh, okay.
I know she was. I would hope we watch.
No, he just means like overall. Like you had to have those 3 in.
I thought he meant for season 3.
No. Just in general in a Daredevil series.
Yeah, overall.
That's what you got to see. You got to see those 3 characters.
I'm looking forward to it. It looks really good.
I'm looking forward to it, even though I didn't see the trailer. I just didn't know what the trailer was about.
You know what? Don't bother now. Wait, it's coming out in what? A couple.
Yeah,
of
the old costumes in the trailer, Brant.
Yeah,
his original costume, season 1.
Yeah,
with the bandana around his head type thing. Like he's back to that one.
Okay.
Because the other guy, because Bullseye's in his current costume.
Yeah, they had to have some kind of differential. I'm glad he didn't go with the yellow and black. That would have been weird.
That would have been.
That would not have translated well, I don't think. But speaking of costumes that did translate well, Tevia, it's time. We're going to talk about the Aquaman trailer.
Wow, talk about a way to bring that back, man.
I'm telling you.
No, I'm talking about the costume.
Oh, the costume.
No, segue, yes, but costume also. What a way to bring that back in.
Oh, dude, I really thought that they weren't going to go there because he has like the scale tattoos. I thought that it was just like a modern version of it, and kind of that's what they're going with. But when and you don't see it till like the very end of this trailer, but when he stands there and they need a hero and he's standing there with the orange and the green, it's like, oh my god, it actually looks good for one.
Right? It doesn't look like a lifeguard.
Yeah, it looks good, and it's like, oh my god, they did it. They actually did it, and it looked amazing. I gotta say. This is the most excited I've been about a DC movie since Wonder Woman.
He looked like his dad without the cape.
Yeah. It looked, I mean, this whole trailer, I got really excited about it. I thought now granted, I'm sure there's going to be thoughts about the kind of dumbness and humor of Aquaman, but I think he's going to grow as it goes along.
Yeah, I died with I could have just pissed on it.
Yeah, I could have just peed on it. That was hilarious.
I love that.
Like, she's like, I memorized it, didn't you?
Yeah. Blah, 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 Triton. It was hilarious. I mean, there's so much fun. And then the visuals, especially when you get down into Atlantis. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, beautiful. And the chase scene.
Yeah. Black Manta, man. Black Manta. I thought he was going to look goofy as all get out, but he gets out there and he's just like, and then he does the stance with the stare. It's like, oh my, I'm going to love this movie, man.
Yeah. It looks really, like, I hope. But
I was just going to say, I went from not caring about it to actually, I got to see this movie.
Yeah.
Somewhere down the line.
I hope they don't screw it up. Please don't screw it up. Please don't screw it up.
They would have to
don't
try
show
hard.
all the good stuff in the trailer.
Yeah, they would have to try hard to mess it up after that.
I mean, yeah. Let's hope that we didn't see all the good stuff in the trailer, and like the rest of the movie is like, fuck you.
Well, the thing is, we only got to see glimpses of the Battle with Worm. We only got to see a part of that chase. We don't see what set it off and what put them in the desert in the first place. So there's a lot of lead up stuff that we don't get to see, and a lot of continuation from those scenes that I think are going to be really strong. They're riding freaking sharks, man. They're riding freaking sharks.
Yeah, with lasers. Sharks with freaking lasers.
It's so awesome. I didn't think I'd be this excited for an Aquaman movie. I mean,
didn't so either.
Oh, and this it's so funny because I go back to when Entourage was airing, and they did this whole thing where the main character, who's like this skinny little bag of nothing, is playing Aquaman in a fictional Aquaman movie that they're making, and it just looked goofy. It looked totally goofy. He's wearing like a stupid blonde wig and all that stuff, and you go from that to this, and it's like, man, this is just it was so good. I can't wait for it.
It's funny because you also think about we saw another Aquaman this weekend because the guy who played him for in Smallville is playing Hawk
in Titans.
So Yeah, he was saying about how bad, how hard it is to get into that armor, that the costume, and it made me think of how easy it was had it been to get into the Aquaman suit, and then seeing this Aquaman suit, I'm like, so much better, so much better, so true to the look. Like the scales look like armor here, everything it looks really well done.
And he's standing there with that trident, and I don't care. The long hair works. The long
it works fine.
It just
in the comics, he has long hair and a goatee now too, so it kind of translates perfectly.
Yeah, I mean the thing is just people like.
Hello.
Both of you cut out. Now let's try that again.
That time it did. Yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
No, I was saying a lot of people like that long haired, bearded look. Like I personally don't. But I know a lot of people do like.
I don't care as long as he doesn't have a hook hand.
I just the thing I liked about it is because obviously, I mean, his name is Arthur Curry. It's a play on King Arthur. This whole the whole mythos of Aquaman kind of thing. So that visual of him standing there with the trident and the long hair kind of flowing, it gives you like this. Okay, this is a sci-fi kind of version of King Arthur here, and brought to life, and that's it. It kind of resonated with me with that. So it just looked really cool. The whole thing. So I'm super stoked for this movie now. I cannot wait to see it. I've watched the trailer twice now.
I did too. I really liked. Oh man, I thought Shazam was gonna be it, but you know what? I gotta give WB credit now. If only they could get Superman and Batman right. I mean, shoot, it's not hard.
Yeah.
Oh, that was something else that came out this weekend.
What's that?
Ben Affleck said he wants to continue doing Batman.
Of course he did! This is the 5th time!
He saw the Aquaman trailer too.
And then he comes back.
That's what it was.
Well, no, I think now,
he was like, they can do something cool with me.
Ben, shut up! Ben?
Now it's more like the PR thing.
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
I think now it's more like a PR thing. He just got out. I think he's just getting out of rehab and all that.
Chris keeps trying to rant. It's hilarious.
I'm sorry, the man has freaking what is it called? Well, he's bipolar. One day he's Batman, the next day I don't want to see a Batman.
I'm Batman. I'm not Batman. What are you talking? I'm Batman. he's got was it DID?
Yeah.
DID.
Yeah, dissociative identity
disorder. Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like Chris, right now, like he's in rehab and all, so like he wants to play Batman again, probably because like when he didn't want to.
Yeah.
Wait.
Let's just say.
What's he rehab?
Ben Affleck's in rehab.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Where have you been? Like it ruins his marriage and everything. Like he's not with his wife anymore. Jennifer Garner. He's not with her anymore. Like they're separated. They're not divorced, but they're separated. But yeah, see, this is the thing with Ben Affleck, and people have to understand it. It's not like he's wishy-washy or anything like that. It's a legitimate thing because the movie sucked, and as an actor, he doesn't want to be,
associated with a bad franchise. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and he just got the last comic book movie he did was Daredevil, and people still hate him for that. So he didn't want to do that. Like, even though everybody said like he was good as Batman, just a bad script. And the same thing with Henry Cavill was not a horrible Superman. Just that the writing and the directing sucked in the movies.
Statement that they fired him now, like it's like.
No. I don't think so. Mm-mm. I honestly think it was the same thing with Daredevil too. I think he was fine as Daredevil. It was just.
Oh yeah, I agree with that too.
Oh yeah, it was just a bad script.
But, I think. But he's now, trying to get that back. Like he's trying to like really, pitch to be a part of that. Like he wants to be, even in the Joaquin Phoenix's movie. Like he wants to be something with Batman. And I think that like honestly, I think he's really good as Batman. I don't care what anybody says. I think he's really good as Batman. I think they need to
great as Batman. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Don't make him so old though. Like I wouldn't like they're making him like Batman.
Oh, you're
The
talking
Dark Knight Returns.
Dark Knight Returns. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't put him like into that era. Like just like again, they can soft reboot the universe. Like just make Batman like make him a little bit younger. Like de-age him a little by like not coloring his hair gray. Like not letting his hair go gray. Like color it. And they could do a good decent job with Batman. I think if they have a good script and a good director.
I 100% agree.
I was looking.
Both of them get it. Okay.
I was gonna say it's kind of a side. I was looking them up, and they finalized their divorce. It was 3 hours ago they announced that. So.
Oh wow.
Oh
yeah.
Well, now that I didn't know that part. But I know that they were separated. They just weren't divorced yet. But now
they were separated for 3 years.
3 hours.
Yeah.
3 years. Oh,
okay. Another funny little side. I was watching The Voice with Lisa the other night, and Kelly Clarkson went on and on about how Michael Keaton was the best Batman.
The best. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Michael Keaton will always be the best Batman.
It was just funny to hear Kelly
She
Clarkson.
named her car.
Yeah. Keaton. Her car is named Keaton after him as Batman. It's hilarious. So
that's a little deep, but okay.
She's like, you don't know. She's like, because I saw that clip of it. She was like, you don't understand. My love for Batman runs deep, y'all. Like she was like, it runs
deep.
It's
like that Saturday Night Live intro where everybody wanted to play Batman and Beetlejuice with him.
Yeah, it's
just the Batman side.
It was all because there was a blind audition, a singer that came on, and he looked a lot like Ben Affleck, and he gets that all the time. Yeah. And that's the first thing Adam Levine said. You kind of look like Ben Affleck or whatever. And then she was like, Michael Keaton was the best Batman, though. I'm sorry.
She's like, I love you. Yeah, she's like, I love you, y'all. She's like, and you do look like Ben Affleck, but to me, Michael Keaton will always be Batman. It
was hilarious.
Because I was told to watch that clip because of that.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only reason why I watched it, because I do not watch The Voice. I hate all those type of shows. But, like, I was told, you gotta watch this one thing. And I like watching Kelly Clarkson. I just think she's, like, fun. I did watch something last year, too, with her on there. But, yeah. She's hilarious, and that was really funny, Brad. Like I was cracking up about it, because she didn't let it go. She's like, but no, you don't understand. Like I really love Batman. Like after
she said that about her car,
yeah. She's like, my car's name is Keaton after Michael Keaton was a Batman.
Yeah. Oh shoot, who's the best Joker? Voice Mark Hamill.
Oh hell yeah,
Mark Hamill, yeah. I would just say Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill, period.
As far as actors, Cesar Romero was my favorite Joker.
I liked him for what he was, but it's like when people say Adam West was the best Batman. He's not. Like, but
I feel like Cesar Romero held Joker pretty strong. Not a dark Joker, but a Joker.
I really like Joker, but Mark Hamill.
What, Brent?
Yeah, so that's...
You roboted, dude. All I heard was...
cut out. I said, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
You said something about
I'm on a delay, though. I just said I liked Heath Ledger as Joker, but Mark Hamill best hands down.
Gotcha.
Okay. It's time to wrap this up because really I'm cutting out a lot.
Yep, it's that time of the night where we have to say our goodbyes.
Yeah, where we talk about what's coming up. It's going on to all our family. Yeah.
This is the new.
Michael's calling again.
Michael's calling you, or it's the new title of what's coming up, coming out, and going on music.
Before, do you ever listen to the?
Yes, I do. Shush.
Every time. It's the same.
You cut it. You cut off though. You are actually very pixelated on my end. I don't know about Jay.
You're right from my end.
I'm just saying it plays before.
No, I know. I'm making a joke. You said Mike was calling though. Don't ruin our coming out, going on by saying my brother's calling us.
Here's what you got coming up.
All right. I have nothing really huge going on right now, except I am doing Horror Fest on my Twitch channel. Every couple of nights, I'm doing some horror games. Don't laugh, Mr. Pixelated. Also, I am signed up for the Extra Life drive. There's going to be a 24 hours gaming stream going on November 3rd, where working with a team or by yourself, you set a goal for yourself, and all the money you earn basically goes to whichever charity you choose, or it can go to a charity organization, period. Says Mr. Pixelated. You are Mr. Pixelated. Laugh, laugh. So anyway, I am down there. I am also part of the North American Gamer team, as well as I am down as Comic Frontline as my company. So I believe it'll be, Jay mentioned it'll be somewhere on the, we'll have a thing somewhere on the chat. Okay. So we're going to have something there. Other than that, just a lot of the regular stuff, honestly. October is a crazy month. There will be a Halloween video somewhere at the end of the month on Brooklyn Boys, I'm sure. And I think Michael is going to have some New York Comic Con stuff for Frontline, so I'll promote that. Celestial Falcon work is still in the works, looking awesome, though. And, yeah, that's about all from me for now.
Cool. Okay.
I just did a review for the short track Runaway, like right before this. So check that out. I forgot to do it. Well, I couldn't do it last night. Like by the time I watched Star Trek, it was like 12 o'clock. So I didn't want to do one at like 12:30 or whatever. So check that out. Frontline reviews went up today, so check them out. Every Friday they come out. The ones for today came up. I did a couple of reviews over there. Brant did a couple, and Kat and Lewis came back to do a couple. Let's see. Comic Frontline doing Comic-Con stuff all weekend, so check that out. Tomorrow, Ninja Steel episode review and Talking Trek. Talking Trek is at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Ninja Steel will be sometime in the afternoon and evening when I get a chance to do it. And then, let's see, Tuesday, Frontline Live 221. Remember, we're going to be discussing a non-spoiler discussion on the first 3 episodes of Titans. So if you want to get a little bit of insight on what the series is like, join us for that one. It'll be episode 221 of Frontline Live, Tuesday night, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Comic Frontline. And that's about it, I believe. We did comic book club on Wednesday, so go check that out. That's all up on Frontline.
Awesome, very cool. And I talked about a little bit of Saga in the Last Summer Press newsletter this week.
Yeah, right. It was really nice. Well done.
Oh, thank you. So if anybody else is subscribed, if not, go check out lastsummerpress.com and sign up for the newsletter. You will get updates from me every week, talking about updates on LEP and just talking about random stuff. This time I talked about a comic that I'm reading in a saga and world building and all kinds of cool stuff. So as for me personally, you can check out my channel at Brant Fowler, Monday Musings every Monday. And whatever else I decide to throw up there, you can also follow me across social media at Brant Fowler. And I already mentioned Last Number Press. Check out our Patreon, our website, our Last Number Press across social media. And my weekly rankings right here on Comic Frontline on Tuesdays, sometimes Wednesdays. Try to get on Tuesdays. But I'll try to get better. No, I think I've only been late a couple of times, so it's all.
Yeah, you've done. You're solid with them.
Yeah. And aside from that, Zone 4, brand new episode next week as we're talking Titans episode 1, full spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled, wait, watch that episode a little bit later. Of course, audio versions of this go up a week after the live version. So if you're listening to this via iTunes, come check us out live on Comic Frontline on Friday nights at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time for new episodes of Zone 4. And that's it. So, Chris, read us out.
All right, we'd like to thank the official bands of Zone 4, the Ray Walsh Band and Society's Plague that you hear on the show each and every episode. We're also proud members of the Comics Podcast Network. You can find us right here on Comic Frontline every Friday, live and also on comicspodcast.com, Stitcher, iTunes, and of course, zone4podcast.com. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, or Tevye, if you've missed a certain part of the show, feel free to send us an email or any of those to zone4podcast@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for listening. You are now leaving the fantastic, better than Marvel, Zone 4.
Bye.